definitely want to pick a weekend with Tim, but he's just been swamped. It's his schedule. It's not mine. I have more available weekends, but he's the one that kind of has been busy. Yeah. I know. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then wrestling season will start picking back up again for me. So I was vice president last year, secretary the year before, now president of the wrestling club. So I am like, and we have a lot of travel. Like one of the trips that kills me is riding into trailers in the years go to Florida, drive, and I hate it. Yes, for a tournament. Yeah, it's like all. Hi. Good, and yourself?
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's why, I mean, and I want it. Huh? Oh, we went all the way to Orlando. No. We're going to Tampa this time.
I hope not.
Oh, that's neat. That is cool.
We got some time.
I haven't been to St. Pete's. I heard it's nice.
It's like surreal. Last time was surreal.
Yeah, I need to explore that, but I do want to go to Chicago. We need to plan it. No. Good to see you. Oh, no, definitely not. I am not a good cold person at all. At all. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put my stuff down.
It'll be surprising. Can't sign up. You're a small guy like you. Let you sign up. We're not that good. How's your gym? How many geek classes do you actually half an hour? How's your kids program?
That's fine. We said at the end, they already know. They know. The army is not in the middle yet, but they know the we only
Attention spans. Sure.
Okay, got it. You're awesome, Dawn.
It's so gross. The next one I do, I can't do the whole thing. It's fun though. Yeah. It's just crazy how.
Ah, cute. There you go. All right, please.
Two brothers. I just told my parents, like, listen, whoever's next to you, to go on we go to process. It's hard. It's hard. It's like Lauren's a good coach. We're gonna start popping up. We only have 3 kids. We're gonna pop up 2 bombs. It's like the ecological. We do the same thing. We do the same thing with the kids. Break turtle. Yeah, we'll have a few turtle. Get them inside the turtle. Go. Push. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. I don't remember your first name.
Clay. Remind me yours.
Stella.
Stella, that's right. And did Tim tell you I knew your sister?
Yes, she actually texted one day.
I sent her an email.
Hey, this guy that I work with, I guess you
I'm a vendor.
hire.
I'm a vendor.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Actually, my sister's great.
Yes.
She's very intense. Very intense.
Tim asked me, she's nice. She's nice. I said, no comment. She's got a lot of confidence. He sounds
Oh, thanks. What up? How are you?
I'm
good.
She's good. I'm not sure if you know.
You guys sign a waiver? Have you been here before?
My bad.
Just check in with the front desk. You got your wristbands. Yeah, so y'all are good on that, Mark. Just make sure you sign.
There's so many people.
Okay. We haven't been before, my bad.
Yeah. She'll call Bruce and I didn't say something. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
That rice got 8 sauce on it.
I know, I was like,
Gave me one. I thought I could get
all of them, they're all so nice.
You guys just gotta fucking get on each other, man. That's what Tay and I do. Tay fucking quit her job at my request. She's starting her own thing.
Oh, good. Where'd you move to again?
Oh, okay.
That's random.
Yeah. Yeah. Last time I was at I only know 2 spots.
Okay, so you don't work in Facebook, you just build Facebook. That's nice. Yeah, I did AGF this past weekend. It was good. Yeah, I felt great. I was like, shit, now. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm like, I was like, now I want to do more. Because
What's up, dude?
my bracket, but the other girl never showed up. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I go to my son lives there.
Just
tell me to move.
Oh, no, you're fine.
No.
No.
Like, try and push your feet
I don't know where to
out,
put all
like,
my-
you need to get
I'm actually just gonna dump all my shit right here.
Okay, cool.
I was like, that was my dominant all the time. So they were like, this is great. This is so good. Like, it's bands and stuff like that. Yeah, I was like, we might be a little weird. Like, I didn't know where to go. Yes, that's funny. Like, every time I feel like my mates class, they're gonna look like me. And then they're like this. And I'm like, oh. And everybody at fucking Ramble was the taller side. So I was like, it's so many women here. First in a while, yeah. I haven't competed in a while, and then I was like, you know what? Training under a new gym, just see what it's like. It's really different. I'm training in a school in Florida. It's really small. I was training with Jason. Yeah, me and him used to train at the same gym. My brother too. Yeah, definitely, 100%. And like when you're vacation is like awesome, or it's like. Did you capture this?
Yeah, I was open yesterday, and then I heard about this.
Yeah, there's gonna be so many people. There's still like what, 45 minutes?
They walk through and anyone can change. I don't know. No one was allowed to do it.
Stupid amount of time.
Good to see you.
My second. I'm like, I'm not gonna interrupt this conversation. It'll be interesting. Just stop talking. Do a couple of minutes of like just that's what we consider growth. I don't know. No, okay. I'll be back.
Walk around the
I don't know.
while they went over this freaking corner. He's telling me, he's like, no, move right hand over here. Yes, him. I'm like, right hand. It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's I've been doing this. I'm like, cool, yeah. Since I was I'm like, all you have to do is tell me what to do, and I will listen. I know that you know better.
There are a lot of places in here. It's cheap.
Like 260, bunch of 45.
Anything. You need to use
Sure. Skull, the angel wings.
Well, I know, dude, this guy's all over your projects. He's got that
That's good to see you. Yeah, I'll see you around.
I feel like without the guidelines, it's missing.
We had Bert and I.
Ask you something that I'm probably
Then I have Blade and Bo to warm up.
like I'm on Steve's or something.
Okay, so my eye, I was literally like,
Yeah, work your way up.
actually had my the morning you sat there,
That's how it is. It's
like an hour later, I was watching my sister, I was like, and then I went to my phone. And then I looked that way and I said, "Did I call this?" She was sitting in that direction. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, no, this is not happened an hour ago." She goes, "What happened to you?" I don't work on that. Like,
Try something.
I feel like I'm able to express myself, you know,
Might be something because I like I feel when I look in the mirror. I must have been sometimes.
Yeah, we also have
What's up, man? That looks sick. Looks sick. Hey, how are you?
Yeah,
That was all my boys. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm like, what's up, Betty? And I was like, I already told them, I was like, let's quit it now because we're not going to have an opportunity later. I was like, let's get stuff done, you know? I was like, yo, yes, yes, that's the thing. That's for sure that I'm going to take the turn down road. I had him fix it they went out last night for the
I figured they would go outside.
Oh, yeah, and Alex.
It's probably sold out.
I bet I can get it in. No, you good, brother. Watch, it's like a little octopus. I push it in there.
We're going to the
Well, I guess I need to put on my rash, dude. Yeah, by the chain.
So I went ahead and got them right away.
$23 a person.
It looked like he was off.
Got this all vacation.
No, you're fine. I'm going to clear the walkway. I don't know if that was your
Oh, I was about to
bag.
put it up here.
Oh, perfect. I was like, I'm just going to keep the, that way we can just keep the walkway.
Why do you guys all
I know, right? That's what weird.
Perfect fit.
second person to tell like Drives me ass. Yeah. What time is it? 10:55. Oh, I got 5 minutes. 5 more. Hit that snooze button one more time.
I've never even traveled that much. 13-hour plan change.
That's awesome.
Woke up and it was landing in Charlotte.
I love you. Oh, God, we're there? That seems fun. Very cool. What's up? What's the name of the school? Broken Amber. Broken Amber? What's your name? I moved around. Some whole team lost some practice. Wood Urban technically. Okay. Technically, but I moved around too much. You got some quality guys?
Hi.
I think so. I did a seminar. Oh, God. No, but I'm not going to quit.
Hi, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
You too.
Saw you in North Italia. Like,
How come you didn't say hi to me?
well, you were like really far. My girl was terrified of cicadas, so we were like.
He killed the music.
You know, I think they're kind of going away now.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
feel
yeah,
that?
yeah. She was so happy, dude. She thought it was gonna be all outside, but she was like, and now they're just gone.
Hey, everybody, Eddie Bravo. Just
like this?
yeah, just all over.
Okay. Yeah, I guess everyone should probably get on the same side. Make it easier. Yes. Thank you all very much for coming and supporting. Last time me and Tim went to go see Brian Callen, saying he thought Eric, don't mess that. Yeah, you think he's there tonight? You ain't got shit to do tonight. He's hysterical. We're all laughing like when I first started teaching jiu-jitsu, it wasn't something that I planned. It was just something that, oh shit, this is a cool way to make money until I blew up in music. I'm like, oh shit, I'll teach jiu-jitsu until I get a record deal. You know? And it wasn't, and you know, by the time I got my black belt and opened a school, we've already had a timeline of jiu-jitsu tournaments in the United States. I was in the very first jiu-jitsu tournament in the United States. And there was only a couple, like 95, 96, 97. And then they started kind of popping up. 97, 98. Oh, we got the Santa Cruz Open now. Now all of a sudden there was, you know, there was no black belts. Everybody was a white belt or a blue belt. One black belt in New York, Craig Kukok. I think that's who his name was. There was one American black belt. Shit, he was Henzo's right-hand man. They put out a VHS tape. You guys remember that? Old school Henzo tape, like shit, there's one jiu-jitsu tape. And then Mario Sperry came out with one. Man, when you go back to the timeline of jiu-jitsu, it's fascinating how it was born in the United States in 1993. You know, the races were teaching like, I guess late 80s in the garage days and all that stuff, but it wasn't until the UFC hit, boom, and the real explosion happened. Big explosion, UFC 1. Everybody wanted to do jiu-jitsu, you know, and there was only a handful of people teaching. You didn't want to learn jiu-jitsu from anybody that was in Brazil. Like in those early days, that dude better speak some messed up English, or it's not legit. You know what I mean? He had to be Brazilian as hell, or there's no like that. You know what I mean? And I never thought at that time, I could never teach you. I don't want to learn jiu-jitsu from a Mexican. You know what I mean? Seriously, this is like, I'm not just making that up. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to learn from a Mexican. I'm Mexican. You better be from Curitiba or Sao Paulo or Rio or some shit. Not half Brazilian. Half Brazilian. There was a couple half Brazilians. I'm like, damn, mom Brazilian, dad was Marine. You know what I mean? There was a couple though, but you know the point system. There was always a point system from day one. First tournament, 1996, in L.A. Police Academy. They got it out of police. Big John McCarthy. He set it up, and back then, I mean, you know, they wanted the point system. It was pretty much the same. Pass the guard, sweep, 2 points. Pass the guard, 3 points. Mount, 4 points. Back, another 4. Basically the same. It's been the same all the way through. I mean, there's variations. The same idea. And that is the point system is great for developing control skills for sweeps and for passes. Like if you're playing points, like you shouldn't be working on 90% of your training should just be sweeping and passing, all day sweeping and passing, all day sweeping and passing. And takedowns too, but as far as the ground goes, you're playing a point system, sweeping and passing. Don't even worry about working on EBILT rounds. Don't work on finishing guys. You know, don't spend live time on the mount. You want to win? Sweep, pass, all day. All right? Everyone gets a certain amount of time to train a week. It's like average 4 days a week, 5 days a week, an hour of technique, an hour of drilling. You have an hour a day of technique. What are you going to do? How are you going to fill that hour? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? You're going to work? Are you going to talk? You're going to try to put as many reps as you can in that hour? You know what I mean? Anyways, back to the point system. From day one, after every tournament, people are so pissed. Something happened, the rep got called, that was 2 points. And everyone's pissed. You train for 2 months, paid $60, and now you got some ref screwed you. You know what I mean? And the points are so subjective. That was the point. No, that was not the point. Because the points have always been the problem. Always been the problem. Not only that, you know, if you're up on points, it's a good idea. You know, it's a big tournament. There's like 45 guys in there. You're up on points. Just hold on. Don't do nothing. You better not mount. Stay inside control. Right? I'll be coaching that. That's how I coach it with points. Like, don't you do nothing. Base, base, base. Don't mount. Base, base. 30 seconds. Base. Right? That's how you coach. Points. It's great for the competitor. Great for the coach. Great for the teams. Right? But it sucks for the audience. Right? Oh, man. Guys just holding at the end. Just trying to. That's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. I don't know who cares what there's no audience anyways. No one, you know, no one goes to see jiu-jitsu tournaments. You know what I mean? You know, it's the most boring, especially like when your parents want to come out and your aunts and your uncles like, trust me, you don't want to go. You don't, no, I want to go and support you. I'm like a blue belt, you know. Like, trust me, you don't want to go. You're gonna be waiting all day. You're gonna be waiting. There's gonna be 6, 7 matches going on at the same time. You're like, you don't even know what you're gonna be looking at nothing. There's no way you're gonna be. I know jiu-jitsu, and you start talking to someone. You look back, you don't know what's going on. Right in the point system, you have no idea who's winning. They don't even have a scoreboard up or nothing like that. No, if you don't pay attention, you don't know what happened. And my uncle came down once. I go, he goes, when do you fight? I go, I don't know, man. We could be here for 12 hours. Just waiting. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, back in the day, you think tournaments today are unorganized. Woo! Back then, you wait all day, all day. 5, 10 at night. Nobody's there, just jamming. And Uncle would show up, and then he would just take, after an hour, he took off. I'm like, where'd you go? How did they? They never came back. They never brought it up. They go once and they never bring it up. Don't bring up his jiu-jitsu. And I was supposed to go. I've been told you, I don't want you to go. Now I'm all worried that you're bored to death. You know? The only thing that was cool about going as a spectator is the only place you can get acai back in the day. The only place there was always some Brazilian who imported some, selling at the tournaments. That's the only place you can get acai. Jiu-jitsu tournaments. And I think some shops too. But the point system has always been the problem. And another problem for me, for me it was a problem. Like, that's the problem. No one wants to watch you shit. And it's like, it helps you build passing skills and sweeping skills. Important. Like, just as a tool, yeah, let's play. It's like a drill. Point tournament, that's like a drill, like a live competition drill. You're focused on sweeping and passing. That's a good thing. You need sweeping and passing. You need to be high level sweeping and passing. All right? But there's a lot of stuff in jiu-jitsu you got to be good at. There's a lot of different sports. A lot of different. Just because you're good at passing doesn't mean you have a death mount. Doesn't mean the mount's good. Just because you're great at passing, it's 2 different sports. Just because you have a great mount doesn't mean you have good passing. Just because you're good on the back doesn't mean you're good in the trunk. Just because you're good in spiderweb doesn't mean you're good at Darcis. They're totally different things. They have nothing to do with one another. Nothing. That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. It's so fast. Never ending. Always evolving. Always changing. Old stuff coming back. Everyone thinks they came up with some new stuff. And then you look at an old judo book like, oh my God, they had the lockdown in 1910. Shit. Look at them old judo books like, whoa, okay. Damn, they're doing go-go platas in 1873? The Shaolin Temple? No, that's China. Not only is the point system for me a problem in jiu-jitsu, because I got into jiu-jitsu because of the UFC. Saw the UFC, like, oh shit, you could fight on the ground? I used to do that and I thought I was being a pussy. I wrestled a couple of years, and anytime, nobody ever looked at me and like, oh, let's go get Edgar. They were like, I was a crybaby. You know what I mean? But I wrestled. And I thought, anybody mess with me, I just double leg them and hold them until the person breaks us up. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't care, I'm not getting hurt. I'll just double leg. In wrestling, I never tried to take anybody down. I was the worst wrestler. I was the worst. But I knew if you never wrestle, I'm gonna take you down. If you never wrestle, oh yeah, even the shittiest wrestler will fucking pick you up and slam you. You know what I mean? So I was confident with regular people that didn't wrestle. Just the people in the room, like I can't take any of these animals down, but I'll just sprawl front headline. That was my game. Pretending I wasn't gonna shoot. I was afraid to shoot. I thought everyone's losing their teeth. I'm like, I don't want to lose my teeth. I have nightmares and stuff that I went for a takedown. So I sucked at wrestling, but when I saw the UFC, I'm like, you could take Hoist taking dudes down. I'm like, you could do that and you're not considered a pussy? Oh my, that's cool shit. I'm like, I gotta do this shit. This is for me. Fighting on the ground. Damn, I thought that was pussy fight. Turns out, it's not. So, and here we are. So when I got in, I was the one going, okay, we're wearing the karate uniform that Hoist was wearing. But how come none of the other Brazilians are wearing their shit when they fight? How come Hickson ain't wearing a gi when he fights? No Guerra, no one was wearing like him, so they weren't wearing gis. I go, but because Hoist decided, like if Hoist would no gi, dude, there would be very little gi jiu-jitsu. Hoist winning the UFC and being the dominant one, and he's got the gi on, that's sold the gi right there. That was Hickson, there would have been no gi anywhere. Except when maybe he walked. I don't even think he walked out with a gi. Like when Hickson walked out, wasn't he like always like in little those little booty shorts. So for me, like right away, I'm like, okay, we're yanking and pulling on like the dude. What if the guy's trying to punch? Like this is so different than it's not that similar. It's different, Don. We're not tug of war. They're not playing tug of war in MMA. So I always thought it was a problem. And Carlos Gracie Jr. He gave all the Machados their black belt. They got it to Carlos Gracie Jr. And so he would come down in the early days, white belt, blue belt, early days. He would come down and do seminar. Carlos, the number one guy in jiu-jitsu, in IBJJF. And I asked him, I was like, how is this going to translate when to MMA? Because to me, it was all about MMA. Like, I thought MMA might be something maybe that I would do if I, took a while to conquer the music business. I go, you know what, if it takes a while, maybe I'm gonna have to do it. Because I ain't going to regular life. I'm not gonna do a regular job. I'm not gonna wake up at 5:30. I'm not gonna do that. If I'll fight, I didn't want to fight. But if I had to, my back was against the wall, and it was between train jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, and wrestling all day, or wake up at 5:30 and swing a hammer. I'm like, fuck that, I'll fight. Fuck it. If I have to. God damn. So it was I was always, as a white belt, a blue belt, I'm like, man, how is this gonna translate? And then Carlino said one great thing about the gi. I'll never forget. I asked him about that. I go, we're yanking and pulling way too much on sleeves and stuff, and on the back of your jacket, and he goes, listen, on the streets, if someone tries to grab a black belt's clothes, we're gonna decrypt that. We can decrypt that so easy. There's no way anybody can control you. You just decrypt everything. That's where the self-defense comes in. I'm like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. So at that, when anytime someone says, hey, you hate the gi, I don't hate the gi. I don't hate the gi. It's if that's all there was, that the only way you could grab was with the gi, I could grab with the gi. But if there's a choice, like damn, you could like them both the same, but some people like the gi more, some people like no gi. I like no gi way more, obviously. So for me, it was all about even in the beginning, just trying to figure out what the best guard is when dudes are trying to punch you. Whether it's MMA or the street or at some rave, you know what I mean? You're on 5 hits of Molly and you I don't know where that came from. And I was disappointed also, and because I was so pro jiu-jitsu, I didn't give a. It was all about jiu-jitsu. When UFCs would come on, UFC 6, UFC 8, UFC 9. I was like, we always had parties, and I was like, always going for the jiu-jitsu guy. And then I started to see, as Hoist kind of retired a little bit from the UFC, and then Hickson was after like the Hickson and hoisting kind of ended. There was some new guys out there. That was like Fabio Trujillo was fighting. He was fighting. The Vale Tudo or MMA scene in Brazil back in the 90s, insane. They didn't have that many rules. You could grab onto the rope. Dudes are putting people in triangles with the rope. The rope is in there, and then you triangle. So look at Ebenezer Braga versus what was that guy's name? He was from Ohio wrestler at Mark Coleman's camp. Huh? No, another guy. He's with Mark Coleman.
Kevin Reynolds?
No. This guy's white guy. Huh?
Oh, okay.
No.
Kurt?
Brandon
Hinkle.
Yes, Brandon Hinkle. He got caught in a triangle in Brazil. Brandon Hinkle's in a triangle, but the rope makes it so you don't get choked. He's just trapped. He's trapped in the rope, and the guy has a triangle, and he's a brother. He has a triangle on him. And he didn't tap. Dude, he didn't tap from the triangle with the choke. He just couldn't take the rope in his fucking neck after 5 minutes. They were just there. They don't break shit up in Brazil. They go, you guys just fight. That's crazy. That whole timeline, that late 90s, there wasn't that many UFCs. There would be like a UFC every 6 months. You know, there wasn't that many shows. Japan, you were going to Japanese, weird bodega Japanese stores, and they would like videotape Japanese shows and then rent them to people on like blank video. This is like, you know, people needed to see some Japanese shows. They go to this bodega, and that's what I was doing. I was getting judo and pancrase and all that stuff. And there was a lot of black belts out there. I don't like to name them, but they're black belts in MMA. They're in the guard, and they're in the guard the whole time, and they're not doing nothing. I go, watch, he's gonna do an arm bar. Watch, he's gonna get him. Like my friends are, what do you mean? Like, I go, watch, he's on his back, but he's gonna get him. He's gonna choke him with his legs, right? And my friends are like, well, really? Okay. And then nothing would happen. Nothing would happen. Dude, they'd be in full guard, and dude on the bottom was just holding that head in full guard, going, fuck. These dudes are throwing some bombs. And back in the day before, they made headbutts illegal. They were illegal for a while. You could be on someone's guard and just ram your head into the face. A lot of matches ended that way in cuts. Too many cuts. Dude wasn't knocked out, but his face all bloody from headbutts in full guard. So the guard stance back then, when headbutts were legal, was overhook here. In MMA, it's always going to be full guard, overhook, take away that right arm, and then like hold the head or something, or just go on. You know, you could put a ball and socket over the head, and you got to hold it tight because if they posture up and come down with some elbows, it could be one elbow and change everything. But when headbutts were legal, it was overhook, and this arm was like that. This is how they fought. Go back and look at the old tapes. When headbutts were legal, you're in full guard, you're like this, protecting your face from headbutts. Crazy. And then they made headbutts illegal, so now you don't have to do this. So now what are you going to do with this one? What's the best spot for this arm? You know, it's a very important job. This one's overhook. This one, boom. Unless you want to go the other, you play the other way. Just always overhooking the left arm. You can do that. But so things were different. I'm like, look, a lot of black belts weren't doing nothing in full. If they're in the gi and they're training, oh yeah, they got all sorts of stuff. They go to their stuff. They wrap up inside of the collar, blah, blah, blah. Jiu-Jitsu, they got all, you know, easy to play high guard. It's not greasy and sweaty. Very easy. Legs just stick up there. Pants and jacket. Ooh, it's easy to play high guard with the gi. You know, easy. But now, there's no gi, greasy legs, greasy back. You're not going to be able to hold on to nothing. And they're going to try to elbow and punch you. Damn, what are you going to do with your hands now? You're going to try to reach for a collar that's not there? You got to do other shit. And you got to be really good at the other shit that you have to do. It isn't about knowing what to do. Oh, I guess if you didn't have a gi, I will just do this. It's not just this. It's you got to spend a lot of time there. A lot of drilling. Overhook is easy. I can teach my mom an overhook right now. It would take 30 seconds for her to figure out an overhook. She knows an overhook. Doesn't mean it's going to work. She knows how to do it. It's not about knowing it. Overhook is 1,000 levels. The underhook, 1,000 levels. You wouldn't be able to tell by a picture. Like, I don't know what level that is by a picture, just overhook. Like, I don't know. You'd have to feel it and go to war with it to see what level that overhook was at. It's not like a metaphoric level. There are levels to every clinch, every squeeze, every transition, everything has a level. And jiu-jitsu, like I said earlier, is endless. so much to learn. So my mission was always to figure out what's the best thing to do when you're on your back and dudes are trying to punch you. That's just into it, just in case I have to do MMA. I want to be ready with that shit, because if I have to do MMA, I'm gonna have to spend most of my time at kickboxing class, because my kickboxing is garbage. I'd like my jiu-jitsu as ready as possible. So if I was forced to do MMA, yeah, I could just focus not most of my time, but a lot more time on striking, because my jiu-jitsu's already ready to go. Really don't have to alter it too much. See, Ben Eddy, when he fought in combat jiu-jitsu, he fought Brazilian guy.
Wilson Reese.
Wilson Hayes. He fought Wilson, and Wilson Hayes just fought for the UFC belt, lost it to Mighty Mouse. He had just fought. He had been a black belt for 10 years, super legit. Wilson Hayes, about as legit as they come. MMA, full-blown MMA, black belt jiu-jitsu, legit. Ben Eddy never even thought about doing MMA or strikes or nothing. But because his rubber guard was, that was his go-to. He's one of the best rubber guard players in the game, if not the best. He didn't change his game at all. He went in a match that had strikes, combat jiu-jitsu. Didn't have elbows, but strikes. You had to do with the strikes. He played the exact same game. That's why he was able to win. Put him in some rubber guard. He even slapped from the bottom and then threw on a dead orchard. He didn't have to change his game at all. That's what I've been trying to do. That was what I was trying to accomplish. That. A guard that you could play in jiu-jitsu, regular jiu-jitsu, and a guard that was strikes. You play the same thing. You don't really change it. You know what I mean? That's what 10 Planet is all about. The mount's very important. I love my mount. I love my passing. I love my back control. There's a lot of stuff, but my main focus was to not only just rubber guard, but all the half guard stuff too. The best bottom game for MMA that I could come up with. It's not the best. I'm sure if other people, there was a lot of other people obsessed with the same thing, they'd be probably way better than me. There's just not a lot of people obsessed with trying to make the bottom game half guard and rubber guard as dangerous as can be, and have them work in MMA. And jiu-jitsu, see, here's a big problem with jiu-jitsu, even no-gi jiu-jitsu, because there's a big difference between gi jiu-jitsu and no-gi jiu-jitsu. Big difference. There's also a big difference between no-gi jiu-jitsu and MMA. That's a big difference too, especially when you look at like the most popular bottom games in sub-only are sit-up guard. Everyone's just coming up, boom, sit up. Sometimes you got to sit up, sometimes I sit up, just to get the party started. But once the clinch is on, no more sitting. Once the clinch is on, we go. But the only reason I would sit up is just, I'm trying to get a connection. But most people play like this anyways. They're here, they're 2-on-1s, trying to go under for some leg locks and stuff like that. Or we're here, boom, the shield's always up, boom, we're battling here. We might invert. It's all about, can you get past the shield here, open stuff, we go under. People play like this, then like this. That's most of full guard. Full guard in no-gi jiu-jitsu is completely unnecessary. You don't need it. You can win Abu Dhabi 10 years in a row and never even play full guard. I don't think Marcelo ever played full guard. I'm not sure. I don't remember a match where he had to do the full guard. You know what I mean? You don't need it. It's unnecessary. And this is where the problem is. MMA, full guard is the most important guard. Big problem. When someone's trying to bash you, dude, whether you play full guard in class or not, you're gonna get full guard and you're gonna hold him. You understand? Whether you play it or not, that's what you want. You want to get the full guard. If you're in sit-up guard, you're gonna get smashed. If you're on your side with your shield up, you're gonna get smashed. When you're playing Z guard, open Z guard in MMA, you gotta get up or go in, boom. Right, you're in the danger zone, dog. Right now, you better get up or just clinch. But in regular jiu-jitsu, it's just totally fine. Okay, you just boom, take your time. Boom. Don't even try to get. No one's even trying to get full guard. And most no-gi jiu-jitsu players, most people don't even try to play full guard. Like, it's unnecessary. There's very few people on the elite level that have dangerous full guards. Only a few of them. Roger Gracie's one. Gracie put you in full guard. He's gonna attack you. Sean D. Ribeiro is another one. They want full guard. You do. Oh, I got you trapped, dog. It's like an entry to honey hole, like boom, Eminari, honey hole, boom. You know what I mean? Now it's on. You're trapped. I got a deep bite. So now the next sport begins. Finish the match. The first sport is how do I get in, and then the next sport is how do you finish. Two different sports. Same thing like Cron Gracie, full guard. He gets full guard. He deals. That's like a honey hole. And there's only a couple other people. Brianna St. Marie is like the only one who's playing full guard. It's a girl. She gets you in full guard, man. Grace Gundrum, she puts you in full guard. It's over. There's not that many people because it's unnecessary. So what I teach is unnecessary for a no-gi, but very necessary for MMA. You know, so that's the 10 plan stuff. And yet we do everything. We have Barambolos, Bella Hiva. I teach everything. All right, but when I do seminars, I generally teach my go-to stuff. You come to me not for wrestling. You come to me. People come to my class and they start writing, "You here for wrestling? I'm the worst wrestling coach ever. Why would you waste your time and wrestle in my class? My class is for when wrestling doesn't work. All right? I want all my guys to work on their wrestling, to get their wrestling at the highest level. When I have a new student that comes in and says, "Yeah, I wrestled 15 years," I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's a good one. He'll be killing people within 2 months." You know what I mean? He just does the drills, boom, he goes through the system. Man, that's guaranteed. Always looking for new killers. Always. You're always looking for the strength of your room. Damn. It's back. What was I saying?
You're saying when you do your seminars, you teach your stuff.
Yes. Oh, the wrestling. Okay, I get it here. My wrestling sucks. So my class, I want you to wrestle. You know, but you can't take everybody down. I don't care if you've been wrestling, since you were 6. There's guys that you're gonna rely on you're gonna rely on the takedown. Like if you don't get a takedown, you have nothing. That's the game. You can't get the takedown. Man, that's gonna happen at the top 10. That's gonna happen like at least 50% of the time. At the top 10, 50% of the time. Even if you wrestled in college, there's gonna at the top 10, half those guys you can't rely on no takedown. You gotta beat them another way. You understand? That's where I come in. If you can take them down, take them down. Don't pull guard. What are you doing? Why are you pulling guard? You could take this guy down. Take him down. Don't pull guard. Don't be a pussy. But if you know, like you ain't taking this down, you pull guard. Let's go. What are you wasting time wrestling? Pull guard. Let him, All the best guys in the world, all the legends, ADCC legends, the finishing legends, Jean-Jacques, Marcelo Garcia, Gordon Ryan, Craig Jones. What do they all have in common? They sit on their butt and they go, "Let's go." They just sit on their butt and they're like, "Come on." Jean-Jacques beat everybody. He never did one wrestling move. He took pulled guard, swept everybody. His overhook game, where he did overhook in the gi, overhook no gi. When he goes no gi, he's the only one finishing everybody. He goes and finishes everybody. First year he goes to ADCC. Everyone's like, "How did you have you finishing people without no gi? It's so slippery. How are you doing it?" The people baffled me. They couldn't figure it out. My class is for when your wrestling don't work and for when you're passing from scratch don't work. Because you can't pass everybody from scratch. There's some guys like from scratch, he's on his back, he's on verti, and we're trying to pass. That's passing from scratch. You can't pass. There's guys you can't pass from scratch. At the top 10, the greatest passers ain't gonna pass this guy's cards. At the highest level, 50% of the guys, I'm being conservative. 50%, you ain't gonna be able to pass their card from scratch, right? So you can't pass at the highest level. You can't take everybody down, and you can't pass everybody from scratch. When you're passing from scratch fails, and we always work pass from scratch, always. Footwork, everything. You want to be a ninja passing from scratch. You want to, as ninjas you can be, and as ninja as with your wrestling as you can be, but always recognizing. Okay, I'm going to work on that, but simultaneously I'm going to work on the path, the golden paths to beat guys you can't take down and you can't pass from scratch. And the way you beat them, you pull guard, you sweep them, pass him in the sweep. That's how you do it. We pulled, okay, he wrestled and I ran. I'm gonna sit down. Okay, you already won. Now where's your wrestling? Now, my job is to sweep and pass him. Because I'm gonna assume I can't pass him from scratch either. But if I could sweep and pass him at the same time, I solve two problems. Two worst case scenarios. Dude, I can't take down. Dude, I can't pass from scratch. You're gonna sweep them and pass them in the sweeps. That's how you beat them. That's what you gotta prepare for those guys every day. I still work on your wrestling, still work on your passing from scratch, but also working on the golden paths. That's what I call a golden path. Is you start on your butt and you end up inside control, or the back, or the mount. We just pass the guard. We bypass passing from scratch. That's the goal. If you can bypass passing from scratch and still pass their guard, that's a golden path. That's like, you want to get good at those. The ones like, just like, let me use you, Sam. How much you weighing these days? 25? Yeah, perfect. No, my back's really messed up. I can't, I throw around, it's like 60, that's too much. Okay. Here, I'm gonna give you a bunch of examples of golden paths. Passing the guard, but without passing from scratch. Does that make sense? Because a lot of guys, well, he'll stand up, and like, the legs are the first thing we connect with, right? Everyone got in, maybe they were whatever, everyone's grabbing an ankle, they're constantly swamp walking, but there's like a clinch here, we're coming up, maybe you wrestle up, but there's all this leg clenching. All right, the leg clenching and all the sweeps that you can do from the leg clenching, all the sweeps, there's no pass guarantee. I get the 2 points and it's great for points tournament. I got 2 points here, but now I gotta pass him from scratch. He might be like Paulo Meow or Zhao Meow. Nobody passes their guards. I got guys that no one passes their guard. I got my guys at the gym like, no one's passing their guard from scratch. You gotta pass them everything. You gotta pass them from, you get them down, we're here, like whatever, however we pass. Like if we go electric chair here, boom, we go here. It was all about that end right there. All that other stuff, getting the lockdown, hunting for that leg, and battling, he's trying to choke you. We had to address the choke, boom, he's flat. Finally get the electric chair, boom. And it was all about the passing. That's what it was about. Patience. I didn't go into the legs, the leg clenching sweeps, and getting into X guard, and because I'm thinking about the pass. I'm not even thinking about just getting on top. Getting on top alone is not good for me. Like if I sweep someone and I end up in their guard, I'll just pull guard again. Like, I failed. We pass in the sweep. That's always the goal. Always the goal. Pass in the sweep. Pass in the sweep. All the other sweeps without passes, they're great too. You should be great at them too. You know, maybe you're like, you know what? I don't need to pass in the sweep. I'll sweep them and I'll pass them from scratch too. You probably already know that, so you could do that. I'm gonna sweep in and then I'll pass it from scratch. I always pass it from scratch. It just takes a couple minutes, but I'll get through them. Then those sweeps are fine. You know, I don't wanna, generally I never sweep off the legs. I gotta get in deep. I gotta have a deep lockdown, double underhooks. So if I get a double underhooks here, let's say, if I was able to, even quarter guard, I got double underhooks here, I'm already thinking about the pass here. It's gonna be very hard for him to stop this here, but if I could get through him here, I'm already passing, boom, I'm already passing. It was all about the pass. You understand? The whole goal is I gotta pass this guy's guard. Or there's another, that's a golden path, like that right there, that's sweet. That sweep to me is failed if I didn't pass his guard. Or at least get the top half. If I sweep, didn't get caught my ankle, and we're in top half, I'm good for passing from top half. I'm not really that. I wouldn't pull guard again. Like I'll stay right here. But if I swept and ended up in open guard, I'll just let him sweep me. And as he swept me, I try to sneak something in, set it up, and then get the sweep. And pass. If I had, let's say I had full guard here, and we had this clench here. This right here, homie control, he's holding my head real tight. This is one of the most important moves because I'm on my back. I'm in full guard. He can't punch me. He can't do shit. And I'm not even doing this so that he can't punch because you can't punch in class, all right? But I'm doing it for other reasons. I'm doing it because once you have this clenched down and you know how to do this, boom, that motion right there, that takes a long time. That shuck, squeeze, get around, takes a long time. But man, it's so worth it. I'm on his back. It's a golden path. It's a real good one. I bypass. I didn't even have to get on top of him. I'm on his back. There was no passing involved, but I would still give points for the pass. Like if it was in a tournament, I'd give points. I go, that's a pass now. That's better than a pass, so you should get extra points for that, right? There was no passing going on yet. I'm on your back. That's better, right? So anyways, like in points tournaments, if you sweep somebody and pass their guard at the same time, they don't give you points for the pass. Still, to this day, I'm talking like I was at Nogi Worlds talking like the main dudes. I go, when are you gonna change that? That's such, you should get extra points. You didn't see there was a guard pass? It goes, you don't get points for the pass, you ended up inside. I go, yes, that was a pass. So what I ended up, like in matches, I would sweep, and then I would just hold halfway through and be on top, and just hold. Look, and once they put the points up, then I pass. So I'd have to do it slow to get the points, right? Ridiculous. There's so many golden paths. Again, golden path from your butt to side control, back or the mount. Bypassing, passing from scratch, bypassing it. That make sense? Yes. So that's really like the whole strategy here for me. The whole strategy is like I can pull guard on anybody. Doesn't matter if you won the Olympics 20 times. I can still pull guard. I can pull guard on anybody. So that's where I'm going to start. That's where the game starts. You put the quarter in. You want to start from the beginning of the game. The beginning of the game, we're not wrestling. That's wrestling class. And wrestling class here, we're gonna work on a strategy that you can attempt on anybody. Because if you had amazing passing from scratch, your top game was amazing. That was your go-to. Your go-to is like, oh man, it's passing. Oh dude, it's passing. Then he goes against a guy that he can't take down, and the guy just keeps taking him down. That match, we're not gonna get to see his go-to. That's the best shit. We never saw it. Because he's on, you know how often that happens with my own guys. I see my guys. I got guys that are obsessed with passing in the beginning. Upset they don't want to pull guard. The passing looking good. I don't want to stop him. I go, he's gonna run into a problem when he's gonna compete, and guy's gonna put him on his back, and he's gonna lose. I go, but that's okay. We can fix that later. Keep that passing going, dog. I'll let him go. I know where it's heading. I can see it all. I see the development all. You're on. Eventually, I mean, I got a couple high-level college wrestlers that, damn, they hit that. I go, eventually you're gonna hit that where you're gonna have to be known for your guard to be able to beat these guys at the top 10 off your back. You're gonna be forced to attack off your back eventually, the higher you go. You wanna be, it's gotta feel like you're on top. That's how it's gotta be. When you're on your back, all the best guys, they don't feel like they're on the bottom. Like Gordon Ryan, when he sits in it, he doesn't feel like he's on bottom. John Jock never feels like he's on bottom. It's like that's where the game starts. I'm gonna sweep you. I love sweeping. I love the act of trying to sweep you. Getting to getting into sweeping and passing. That's the whole game. The whole game for me is sweeping and passing. And then from that point on, depending on where you landed in that pass, side control, mount, or back, now that's a new sport. Okay, we got past the guard. Mission accomplished. Now, without letting him recover, you gotta be good at not letting dudes recover. Your guard passing retention has gotta be insane. When you pass the guy's guard, like John Jock, when he passes my guard, I'm like, okay, I ain't recovering. I never recover. This guy's side control and mount is just too good. And then that's how they gotta be thinking about your game eventually. Like when you pass the guard, they go, oh, damn it. Oh, that's so hard to recover on this motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's what you want them saying about you when you pass that shit. Not like, there's a lot of guys that are great passing, but they can't hold it. They gotta keep passing. They gotta go back. You gotta pass 4 times. You should just pass once, and that's it. And then you don't go back. That should be the goal. Anyways, but now what happens when you can't sweep and pass? That's where rubber guard comes in. Because if I want that sweep and pass, I'm looking for the underhook. I'm looking for dog fight. Get at the dog. Oh, always looking to clinch and get in, stay tight, homie control, cop clinch, corona clinch, everything's, you're a human spring. You want half guard, but I'll take quarter guard. I don't need half guard, but if you give me half guard, now I could go rubber guard at any point right here. Now I got half guard. I can go half guard or rubber guard. Quarter guard, I only could go duck fight. Quarter guard, I only could go duck fight. That's fine. Sometimes you can't get the half guard. You can't get lockdown. Sometimes some guys are really good at keeping their leg away. That's why you need quarter guard. You can't always have lockdown. And then, but if the sweep and the pass work, that's fine. You're inside control. What are we gonna do? Mount us? Forget about rubber guard. It's not about guard no more. It's about finishing, mounting him, putting him in the drop, putting him in spiral work. Let's take him to the kill zones. Let's take this guy out. We already passed the guard. I don't wanna pass the guard again. I'll be extra heavy, like, And you ain't, no more recovery. All right? So, now if it doesn't work, this is the backup plan. People think like, oh, I'm going out there trying to play rubber guard. No, I'm not. I'm trying to sweep and pass. I play rubber guard when you stop that. If you can't stop it, I'm not gonna play rubber guard. I'm just gonna be inside control and mount. You understand? You can't stop that game. But let's say I'm here, boom, I got the underhook, and now he whizzes me back down, now we're here. Now he gets the underhook, now he gets the under, boom, now we're here. And then now we're here. Boom, then we take the best stuff. The best stuff is, dude, this is the best position in the game right here. Nobody's gonna do shit. It's over. And then once you go right here, there's no way to escape. One guy has ever escaped. One dude. Oh, you're done here. There's no way to escape and then want to come back. And then come here. Oh, no one escapes. This is the best spot to be right here. Two things: holding the foot and controlling the dress. There's nothing you can do. You understand? Oh, right here. And all I needed to get there was an overhook. All right, overhook, and then I fired to chill dog. That's the secret. That's why Boogie has so much success. Ben Eddie has so much success, because in his DNA, in their DNA, when they get that deep overhook, that rubber guard leg's coming up. It's got to come up in a flash. Because the better your rubber guard is, the more people are gonna know about it, and then you start competing. No one really knows you got a rubber guard, so you're just falling right into it, and you're just getting wrecked. People are getting wrecked. They're not paying attention. And it's easy when they don't know who you are, but you're really good at rubber guard. See, like Noah McCauley, he's wrecking that guy. That guy's a blue belt, but he wrecks brown belts on the daily. That Noah McCauley, follow him on his rubber guard and saying his Hindu routines, and this thing is he smiles at the camera. He does a Hindu routine and he smiles at whoever's filming it. It's hysterical. These guys have no idea what's coming. They're just getting wrecked up in rubber guard, in the gi, without gi. So what's gonna happen to him is they're gonna start paying attention to him. And people are gonna go, oh, that's that one dude, okay. And then they study some tape. They go, oh, he needs an overhook. Once you study this, it all comes off the overhook. You know, not all rubber guard does. Some rubber guard start, oh, you ended up in transition full guard, boom, hold the head, boom, then rubber guard. You know, you can come into it that way too. But when you're hunting for overhooks to get that overhook fire down, boom, overhook, fire, and I catch it and chill dog, the leg, it's pretty much over at that point. That's the hardest part. The rest of it's easy. Finishing them, getting their foot, grabbing your foot, putting them on their back. Man, if you've done the reps and you got the game, you'll see that that's the easy part. You have such an advantage when you're wrapped around a guy's head and you're holding the foot, and you're at level 2,000 at controlling that foot like a professional rock climber. You know what I mean? There's an art to controlling that foot and boom, keeping their head trapped. Damn. Once you get that in your blood, then you can start hunting for overhooks. The problem is, once they study your game, they're gonna stay away. They're gonna have an overhook in the chamber. As soon as, or a limb bar, wrap. Limb bar, boom, overhooking. And then you see those matches like Ben Eddie, Boogie, like guys will they'll just dance around and not even try to get close. You know, then they never got an overhook. When Ben Eddie loses matches, because he never got a good deep overhook. These guys are just game planning, keeping that shit away. So it becomes vital that you have, once you get that overhook, that leg's gotta come up half a second. And if you right there, damn, and you know the game, he's in trouble. We're hitting that so hard at HQ right now, just every day, just 3 minutes of this right here. This is the move right here. This position's called cocoon. It's a good position to work from when you're trying to get this move in your DNA. It's really simple. All it is. I got the overhook. What are you gonna do? How long is this gonna take right here? How long is that gonna take? Boom. Fight's pretty much over at that point. Boom. It's right here. He's not gonna be able to stop that. And if I grab the foot, it's all about grab. Once the foot's grabbed here, it's gonna be very hard to stop it. So, very hard. So that's the goal, is developing that overhook fire to chill on. Now most people, and the most common spot to catch the fire would be Jersey here, right here. Most people just, this is a natural thing for them, and which is great. If that's what you're naturally doing, at least you're doing that. That's just the worst place to catch the fire. Still good. There's a big difference between catching the fire here in Jersey and catching the fire here, neck already cleared. My butterfly here still keeping him trapped here. Big difference. Because if you catch it in Jersey, you might not be able to clear his neck. He might know the game. Oh shit, he caught me. Let me drive my head to his left shoulder. Now I can't clear the neck because I caught it over here. But if I catch it already cleared, he doesn't have time to barrel his head down. It's already cleared. Huge. So catching it in Jersey, fine. Like if you can't clear the neck, then go meat hook. Start playing the meat hook games. You know what I mean? But catching it in chill dog is what I'm putting in everybody's DNA. You can't do it this move right here. That's Boogie's secret. That's why they always shred people in rubber. Because anytime they grab the overhook, it's gonna be right here, boom. And then where you go from here, Boogie likes to go, he does carnies. I don't go to carnies unless it's, I lost everything. But once I catch here, my goal is to pull this over, pull the overhook out, and sit up and grab the toe. See how I push my chest in? The secret here is some people try to finish the global block here, so if I was trying to finish it off my back, I might get it and he might escape. It's like 50-50, all right? Because my left arm is the triceps engaged, right? I'm pulling out like a tricep, right? So if I have this arm is in the tricep range, then that's not good. You want the opposite. You want to engage your bicep. Boom, see that? He's in no danger of being choked, but he can't escape. If I go here and I try to finish him, either I get him or his arm comes out. Either the arm comes out. Then you lost everything. I gotta start all over again. So what I do is I don't try to finish him. I do the opposite. I hold their head closed, and he can breathe fine. I'm just gonna either sweep him to the left or roll him to the right. Once he's on his back and two things, that's right, that's right. Now he can't pull his arm out. He's got the earth behind him. Does that make sense? So if I got my foot here, you see I'm pushing forward? There's no way he can escape his arm. There's no space. If I try to finish it, I might be able to get him. I'm pretty good at finishing here, but I just like to either sweep him this way, and two things here. Boom, stay here. Control both of those. Or we're here, and I roll him this way. Either way, do the same thing. This is where we finish. We do that round for 3 minutes. Every day, 3 minutes. We just go there. It takes a while to learn it, but then once you learn it, you're like, oh, rubber guard round, bam. And instead of having to reteach everything, why not we all remember it? We can come in here and sneak that in 3 minutes. Within 6 months, you'll be hitting. All you gotta do is then it's gonna be all about how do I get the overhook? How do I get it? That's the difference. First you gotta get the overhook, then you gotta have that fire, lightning quick. It doesn't have to be that fast. If the guy why we need it lightning quick is for the high level guys that are always pulling out of stuff. They feel rubber guard and they pull out. So that's why I got to over fire. Boom. It's got to be quick. Doesn't have to be quick on most people, just the best people. So we practice. We're practicing going against our worst nightmare. Beast of a wrestler, 30 pounds. No way you're gonna get on top of this guy's a black belt too. Oh my God. All I'm thinking is this is all I'm thinking. I gotta somehow grab an overhook and fight. But the way you grab the overhook is you play the underhook game. Remember I said, you just play sweep and pass game. I'm gonna sweep and pass, sweep and pass. When it doesn't work, overhook fight. You gotta have that in the chamber. That's my game. I generally don't go and try to play rubber guard. You make me play rubber guard. If you can stop my sweeping, or maybe pass my guard, I'm playing defense and I get them out. I mean, some people come out me and take my back. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just playing defense. You know what I mean? But offensively, in any kind of guard, all I'm thinking about is sweeping and passing. If you stop it, overhook fire. All right? So the overhook fire chill dog is not the best thing. That's what everyone can, most people can do. The best stuff, you have to be really flexible. Like flying, go-go clinch, you gotta be flexible for that. Flying, kung fu, that's what I do. You gotta be flexible for that. But this one, you don't need to be that flexible for. Catching and chill dog, you don't have to be that flexible. Anybody could do it. And it's better than catching it in Jersey, right? So we're practicing. See, flying kung fu is better, but flying chill dog, all I gotta do is pull the leg over. It's just one little extra thing I gotta do. All right, like flying kung fu would be like this. This would like, I finally get the overhook, right? And instead of catching it here, I'm not gonna catch it here because my leg is gonna land in front of his face. I don't even need to catch it. It's like catching it to pull it over. But if it lands already over, why would I need to catch it? His arm is doing something else. Instead of coming here and catching it and then pulling it over, we're going to just grab this elbow. This is the key. So he can't spin out because he already knows it's coming. And if I don't grab this and I just went right here, he could go right into an omoplata fight. And like omoplata here is very important in the rubber guard game. You got to be really good here. But we're not going to that specifically. The omoplata is like when all that fails. And he turns and he's like, oh shit, he caught me in rubber guard. Let's go to the omoplata battle. I'll roll out, maybe he gets on top, whatever. As long as I don't have a foot in my face. So that's the game. It's like, you could fight rubber guard, and I want guys to fight it. I'd rather have you fight than just bail and roll. Like, you're gone. You know what I mean? He didn't care. He just spun out. So that's why we grab that elbow. That prevents him from turning it into an omoplata battle. Again, omoplata battle, that's the last battle when everything else failed. Go-go failed, you try to go-go clinch, you try to triangle him, didn't work, now we're in omoplata, you gotta be good there too. Get the sweep and pass off the omoplata. The omoplata is a golden path. Like if I was here, and I went here, and I brought this over, boom, and then he tried to roll, boom. Is that a golden path? Yes. Pass this guard through the sweep, omoplata sweep. Still a pass, still a sweep. Those are the ones you want to get good at. It's all about the pass. Pass is more important. All right, so you need sweeps to get you that pass. That's one. So here, the flank is the best one. Instead of catching it here, right, I'm gonna boom, right here. So once we're here, bam, he can't pull his arm out. Then I go here, bam. So this is what I teach because this is pretty good too, and everybody could do it. Boom, right here, and then pull it over. Boom, right there. Boom, boom, boom. So I push my chest into his head. I want his head next to my chest. Bicep curl. Boom, right here. Holding out of that. At that point, man, you'll see. You put the time in. It's pretty much over at that point. Very hard. You got gargoyle on his neck. You don't know what to do. Anything goes wrong, you got a triangle weight in the wings. Worst case, you're an omoplata battle. But we're always trying to kill him with the go-go. If it doesn't work out, oh, now we're an omoplata, okay. Sweet, I got the pass, I'm good. So I can show everything's fine. It's beautiful. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Trying to kill him, trying to end it with all the go-go stuff. It's the best stuff. Can do little things great too. But for me, my best stuff is all the go-go games. Go-go clinch, go-go block. That two things is the best spot. I'd rather have two things than be on the guy's back with the body triangle and the seatbelt. Two things is better than that. That guy's done. When you're on someone's back, it doesn't mean they're done. Maybe they're really good at getting out of the back, like most people these days. Most people these days practice EBIOT rounds, and you should, even if you never did it, EBI rules, just the rear naked choke, live drill, like most important drill probably ever. You learn every day how to get out, and then you learn how to kill someone. The essence of Jiu-Jitsu, how you're not practicing that, like every day, a couple rounds, like it's the most important thing. You understand? So, cocoon. If you've never done cocoon before, just overhook, underhook, overhook, underhook. My head's on his right shoulder. Just play the same side as me. It's a lot easier instead of you've never done it before. You're gonna see me do it one way and then you're gonna flip it on the other side. That's a lot harder, right? It wouldn't be easier if you just copied note for note, right? So it's very important here. But I don't pull out the overhook. Boom, I just bring this leg out, bam, right here. Wrist to ankle. You're not catching it with your hand. You should be able to make this wrist to ankle, right on the inside of that ankle ball, right there, boom. This is the best thing you can do off and over the way. And you see I still got that butterfly hook on his bottom leg? That's important too. You can't let that leg go dead limp because you're focusing on this right here, boom. Man, wrist to ankle. See how I'm not pulling out the overhook? People, this is a big mistake. The leg comes up and you already pulled out the overhook and you go that. That could work for guys if the guy doesn't know what the hell's going on. Usually guys assume a guy is going to know you have a rubber guard game and he's immediately going to try to limp more with posture. So you can't let go of the overhook until you catch the fight. Then you let go of the overhook. That makes sense? Don't think you're inventing something new by, oh look, I'll pull out the overhook at the same time. No, you're gonna lose, you're not gonna have any control. All right? So look, the overhook doesn't come out until, boom, now it comes out. And you see it, as I sit up, I straighten that butterfly hook brings me up. When I come up, it's a move, it's very important. Look at my right butterfly, very important to sit up. So here, everybody should be able to do this. See how I push that butterfly to get me back up? To sit back up, same thing like that, push, boom. That brings you back up. So it's gonna bring you up to grab the foot too. It's the same thing. So we're here, boom. I bring this up, look, see that? That brought me up, and now he's done. Bicep curl, not tricep, bicep. Tricep guy, he might get wrong. My tap him is just 50-50, I don't like that. Because once I get him over here, it's more like 98.7%. I like this one. You guys want to mess with that? Yes. Get cocoon right. Overhook, underhook, your head's on their right shoulder. And then the underhook, arm is going to move, clear the neck, and catch wrist to ankle. Everybody go wrist to ankle right here. Everybody go like this. On the inside of the ankle ball, make a fist. Don't grab it with your hand. It's the inside. Right here is obviously not good. You want it right on the inside of that ankle ball. Boom. Bam. Bam. That's where you want it. You don't want this. You don't want. Sometimes you flip it up and you might catch it in the beginning and then you adjust and then you go, okay. Sometimes it's called the shitty machine controller. At least you got the legs. Like sometimes you just barely have the leg. Like, oh shit. And then like, damn, okay. And then boom, and I'm like, oh, okay, now we're ready to work. That make sense? Yes, sir. Let's do it. Ready?
Hey Sam, what's up? Brian, by the way. Nice to meet you in person. Where's the bathroom?
Gonna be out left.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh shit, how do you know? Really? What back? With Danny Lone? Oh. What do you play? Oh, really? No more music?
Tell this guy's on top of you.
This is stellar. This is stellar. It's a southern word.
You're fine.
Make sure, a lot of you guys just want to go overhook and then collar tie. That feels comfortable. And then you gotta have game from there too. If you were like overhook collar tie, you clear the neck, catch the fire over there, right? Or you can keep the collar tie and you catch it at the collar tie. That's jersey. Not as good as show one. That makes sense? But in the drill, always put the underhook back. Trust me, because you want to be able to move off that underhook. Because when we get into getting the overhook or getting to cocoon, right now we're starting cocoon. In reality, I'd be like, how the hell did you get there? That's a hard position to get into. Overhook and underhook, you know how hard that is? How'd you do it? There's ways to do it. And the way to do it ends in an underhook. So that's why we're starting there. Now when you're connected, you're not gonna have any glitches. Trust me. Always put the underhook back. Don't start collar tying. All right, just do it off the under. Because if you could do it off the underhook, collar tie's gonna be easy. You don't even have to work on that. It's just overhook in your arm from the underhook, clears the neck, and catches it wrist to ankle. It's very important. We're trying to create like some DNA. You don't want bad DNA. You want a bad program. You don't want a virus on your computer. You want it perfect. Okay? Ready?
That was good.
That's actually good. I got Guardian in the photo too. I like how we were both watching it.
So I took all the plants, put them in the back.
What I was worried about and then I have a big fiddle thing. I was
Do you need anything? Are you doing good? Okay. I was bummed that I couldn't with you guys last night. The one time that I booked a concert with my sister, I was literally across the street from you guys. Who was playing? My music.
Oh, okay. That's right. And how was that?
It's older, the mic was just, I don't know if his voice doesn't feel confident.
How old is he?
50s.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's hard to keep up.
He's been singing since he was
He was like 10 years old.
But still, he can still sing, right?
Yes, he can still sing. But I wanted, like, when the mariachi came out, I wanted that full on, you know? Exactly.
Ask him about lunch.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Joe. We're like, it's so late.
I was fully prepared.
Oh, yeah.
I've only just met him. I mean, I've seen him in pictures and movies, but
Oh shit, I think he's recording and I'm standing in front of him. Oh, well, they're just drilling anyway.
The only practice I've ever done is just here.
Okay, time, guys. Not bad, not bad. If you're having issues with flexibility, it's normal. You know, you need some flexibility. But Jeremiah Vance, I always bring him up. He has one of the best rubber guards in the game. He ain't that flexible. I mean, his knee, he like this. He's not that flexible. He's just really good at playing angles. He's always, you know, on his side. You know, guys that are flexible can play flat off their back. You know, they don't have to necessarily be on their side. Some people, if you have flexibility issues, you got to be on your side the whole time. You can't be flat on your back. But regardless of where you're at with flexibility, whether you're flexible enough to play rubber guard right now, or maybe not, you know, still flexible, it doesn't matter. You still have to work on your flexibility regardless. If you have flexibility, you want to keep it, maybe try to take it to the next level. You're always trying to keep it, because if you don't stretch, you're going to lose that flexibility. It's just really simple, especially the older you get. So you got to, whether you're flexible or not, you still got to stretch. Doesn't matter, like, I'm not flexible enough, it just doesn't work for me. I'm like, yo, no matter what, you still gotta stretch. But you think stretching don't work? You gotta stretch. So whether you think you can improve your flexibility or not, really doesn't even matter. Because you just gotta do it. And just like, I mean, if you don't believe that you can get your flexibility, I keep stretching and then nothing happens, forget it. You still gotta stretch. Just tell yourself, okay, you gotta maintain. You're not, okay, you'll never get more flexible, okay. But you gotta stretch to maintain. You don't want to get worse, right? So no matter what, you gotta stretch, all right? And the best thing to do is make it a habit where you're not even thinking about it. Just anytime you're sitting, chilling, just always, this is my rubber guard, like I'm always doing this, always stretching. Because it's a habit. It's just a habit. I mean, you know, I was on JRE. You know, kicking it with Joe, stretching, and then my knee popped. I had a bucket handle tear, and it would happen. It would happen like 10 times where I get caught, and then I'd have to like kick it out and pop it back in. And I didn't think it was gonna happen on air, but it happened like in the middle of seminars. Not even my rubber guard leg; it was my right leg, this leg, a bucket handle tear. But this is the one, never had surgery on my rubber guard leg, and I'm just always concerned with keeping that flexibility. Always, no matter what. It's like, why do you keep stretching? You're already flexible. I want to lose it. I want to do what I got. Rocky 3, anybody? Nobody watches movies no more. Like, movie theaters are empty. It's crazy. Stretch. Watch TV, Game of Thrones like this. Watch like Game of Thrones like this. Put a little leg locks in it too. So, now let's refine it again. This right here is the best. There's a lot of different ways to play rubber guard, a lot of different paths, but this right here, you just focus on this. This is how you get good at rubber guard. You know, some people don't focus on it because, again, like I said earlier, playing full guard and rubber guard is so unnecessary to win Abu Dhabi, to win grappling industries and shit. You don't need a rubber guard to win that. You win 20 times in a row. Never play full guard. That's why people don't play, because you don't have to play. If you had to, if it was like in the rules, you have to start with full guard or then everyone would. But that's never gonna happen. All right, this game is only for those who really want to be feared on their back. And after a while, people just they're like, do not go in his guard. Like Boogie, like nobody's like, oh, that doesn't work. I'll go right in his guard. No one does that. No one's Ben Eddie. Oh, this two little team, this rubber guard don't work. They stay away from it. If they get in deep, like I don't know if you guys noticed this, but did you guys watch PGF? Yeah. Well, Ben Eddie was in it, and Ben Eddie's a 55er, and he don't care. He's like, oh my God, some of these guys are trying. You see the guy quad Those legs. I couldn't keep my eyes off his legs.
It's cooler on that side.
You know what I mean? But those legs, you know. So everyone was scared to death of Ben. They all stayed away. They had the limp arms in the chamber. I'm like, damn, he was like, first match, he couldn't get a good, he didn't get one good bite. And then the second match, same thing. Everyone's staying away. Everybody knows Bad Daddy with that mustache. You better stay away from his guard. You know, and then he goes, I forget who he went against, but he went, the guy that he met, the guy highlight reel, if you go back and listen to that tape, the guy, Ben had like he didn't have a deep bite on him. The guy was like backing up, and I was like, stack him, put your pressure on him. And then the guy stacked him and put pressure on him. He listened. I didn't think he would listen. I thought, you didn't think he would know his coach's voice. Pressure, stack him. Oh, we got him. Sometimes you gotta cheat. Is that cheat? No? Deception. It's a game with deception. Okay. Again, getting the overhook this deep. Oh man, like that's another sport. We're gonna go over that, but how do you get this? No one's just gonna give you this. There's a sport to get this. You gotta master that sport too, just to get here. All right, because this again, the Benetti, the Boogie, all like Grace. You let them get this deep, man. It does this 80%. You're in hot water. They're gonna try to limp arm and pull out. So the quicker you can get home, yeah, that's got to be smooth and lightning quick. Again, you know, if he's not that good, I can hold for a second, I can go here, and then I can go here. But if this guy's a beast, we gotta go. And then once I catch it, pull it over. It's not a kung fu move, because that's gonna push you into an omoplata. This ain't a kung fu move. This is just bring this thing over. And as soon as you bring this over, pull this out, sit up on my elbow. Look at on my elbow, and I'm pushing forward, pushing my chest forward. And then I'm gonna try to get up on, always try to get up on your knee. Because either I roll him and I end up on top, or he balances and faces. He's not letting me, and I'm stuck here. And then boom, now we come this way. So it sets up the go-go toss. I just go-go toss. Going the other way, that's a go-go roll. Go-go, there's only two ways. We end up in the same spot. Does that make sense? If you lose the arm, like, oh, we lost the boomer here. You gotta have that in the chamber too. Because the only way for him to get out is to get this arm. Out. At this point, if he gets the arm out, in my chamber, I'm here, boom, right there. And then bam, and then spider web, and then he defends a little bit. So in that round, that's how it ends. We get a little spider web work, and we also get a little arm bar hitchhiker at the end. That's how we end the drill. Just do it every day, 3 minutes. Important stuff, the best stuff in spider web is mixed in to the best stuff in rubber guard. Developing that overhook fire. Anytime you want to try to get it in your head and you want it in your DNA, you got to think about it. So when you watch someone roll at MMA, whatever, you see a deep overhook, I'm like, that's a mental rep. Like, look, that overhook, you fire right there. Not doing nothing. Oh, he let the overhook go. Whoa. No overhook game. Oh, he don't care about the overhook. Okay. Damn. If that was Boogie, that thing would have, he would have had a foot in his face in like a second. But, in MMA, you don't really see it. Less and less, because, to get into the UFC, generally, you got to be part of a fight team that has power. You want to go to Jackson. The one in San Jose. AKA. That's still powerful. They still producing guys. I barely pay attention to the UFC anymore. Just the big fights. But a guy gets into MMA, young kid, he's a wrestler. He's got to work on so much in MMA. There's so much you got to work on. Wrestling, striking, jiu-jitsu, cardio, strength and conditioning, rest, nap, recovery, suction cups. You know what I mean? All week, the same shit. Sauna, cold plunge, everything. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to master. So when the head coach says, you got to work on getting up when you're on your back. If you're on your back, you're losing. That's like the mantra in most of these MMA gyms. The head guy. So when these new guys come in and the coach says, you don't have to learn that rubber guard. You got so much other shit to do. Okay? Stick with wrestling and striking. You're wasting your time with that shit. If you're on your back, you're losing. That's the mentality. That's why you don't see any guard work. I don't see anybody. A couple of the Brazilians, Charles Oliveira, there's a couple guys, 5 guys. You know what I mean? With a full guard in MMA, maybe not 5 guys. I don't even, maybe less. I don't know. Who? Like, tell me. There's no like pre-fight ESPN shows breaking down, you know, if he could get that overhook. It all depends on his limp arm, you know, his limp arm's one of the best in the world. I don't think he's gonna be able to get that overhook. If he gets that overhook, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? No one ever says anything like that. Because no one has that particular game. No one has an overhook game. It's just Jean-Jacques. It all comes from Jean-Jacques. He had no fingers. He had to overlook everything. When he went no gi, it was the same game. And that's why he rose above everybody. Because he had such an advantage. He just overhooked everybody, just swept them. Butterfly sweeps with the over. Like this position, cocoon, one of the other things you can do out there, and it's part of the warm-ups, is boom, we're here. See that? We're gonna grab this and boom, and then we sweep, and we work on it. Basic butterfly sweeps off the overhook. That's Jean-Jacques 101. You gotta have that in your game. Overhook, sometimes you butterfly sweep and I'm in the mount. We don't need to go rubber guard. Mount's fine. I love the mount. I think when you're talking about your weight category, not absolute, in your weight category, the mount's the most important position. Mount's number 1. You don't even need the back. If you got a death mount, I'd rather have a guy on his back with his arm jacked up like this. It sucks, man. Dudes will want to give their back. If someone was mounting me and they had my arm pinned and I couldn't get the elbow back, I'm gonna turn to give it. It's one of the only times we're giving your back. It's like, in this situation, that's the best thing to do, give your back. You know what I mean? Because your arm's messed up. He's about to arm triangle you, or set you up for a mounted triangle. You know what I mean? So, but in the absolute division, the back is the most important. Because at the high level, the guy has 30 pounds on you. You're not even able to mount that guy. He's gonna throw you right off. You understand? Real big, high-level guys, you can't mount them. You gotta take the back. But dudes in your weight division, you should be able. Anybody in your weight division, you get them out. You have the advantage. You gotta take advantage of that advantage. And you gotta master taking advantage of that advantage. Such an advantage. You pass the legs, you're sitting on the chest. You got an underhook, man. You have all the advantage. How is he rolling you so easy? Because you haven't mastered taking advantage of that insane advantage of the mount. Then once you do, then you see the advantage. Like, well, when Marcelo Garcia mounts and Jean-Jacques mounts, woo, that's pretty much, you're done, dog. If you got the mount on you, you know what I mean? So mount, very, very important, all right? So if I have cocoon and I butterfly sweep you to the mount, it's a great move. So we always practice that. Always practicing your butterfly sweeps. We're doing butterflies every day, butterfly sweep. You know, sometimes you butterfly sweep and he bases, boom, come back with a triangle. Sometimes you butterfly sweep and come back with flying chill dog. Or butterfly sweep, boom, you mix them up. So from right here, if you base, boom, man, I can come up here, boom, I can come here. Butterfly sweep, make them base, just shoot right into, you know, you gotta have the reps in, you gotta be professional, but it's right there, bam, they block up, right to rubber guard, you just make them base, like you didn't even try to sweep them. Or you really try to sweep them, and you wanted to get on top, but they based, and then you switch on a dime. Oh, okay. I really wanted that sweep. I was going for it, but he blocked it. Bam! And you're gonna come back with something. He's basing. He's like wide open, big wormhole like that. You gotta take advantage. Sweep, either it works or he bases. Bam! Hit him with something. This one, same thing. And master this. My right butterfly, always engaged. My right butterfly. The right butterfly, always engaged. And then pull it over, pull this out, and sitting up, pushing my chest forward, doing a bicep. And then now, just try to get up on your knee, boom, and get your ass in the air, boom, right here. Control this and this. Once you do that, count to 2. And then come here. And then here. And then here. If you can, you have to be flexible to get this one. It's called special kick. But this right here, my legs are triangle in his armpit. The monoplata, this is Marcelo Garcia's move. This is so hard to stop, man. This is a hard one to stop right here. Very hard. And if he gets his arm out, look, boom. That's got to come in, boom. You lose it, it's got to be this, boom. And then boom, hook, defend. Spider clinch. Followed your break. And then he escapes. Come through, come all the way through. And you want to get as many of those hitchhiker armbar escapes as you can. That'll save your ass. You want to get that like Gary Tonin style. You know what I mean? And you Gary Tonin, J-Rod, you can't armbar them without holding the leg. They're gonna be, you're not holding the leg, they're gone, dog. They got it down. They do probably corkscrew 20 times a day. How many can you get in? So right there, we just think always just taking, sneaking in as many important reps as possible. That armbar escape had nothing to do with rubber guard. Just throw it in there, right? Take advantage of all the little spots. All we're focused on is getting this down here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. If he catches my leg, a lot of times, catch it, I can't pull this out. So meanwhile, while I'm trying to get this out, 2 things, that's why it's 2 things. If I don't control this hand, if I don't have some on this hand, he can peel this off, he can go under, he can try to get back on top. So as long as I control this, even if I lost control momentarily, it doesn't matter. Like, here, don't let me control your wrist. Try to get under here. Try to get under there. Oh, I lost it. Try to get under there. I lost it again. You just go right back to it. Once I leave this alone, now he has hope. But as long as I always got something on it, he has no hope. I'm always going to win this battle. Oh, boom. And then if I can't get this leg out, then I go, okay, I got to finish him with this leg trap. And then there's a couple things you can do. But you're going to have to let go of this. So once you let go, you better move quick with the submission. So it's either going to be just grabbing the head here and just pulling the head and then coming here. That's probably the best one. Or you could just go bam, bam. That right there. If you guys, every one of you just practice that. 3 minutes every other day. Put the round on, go back and forth with your buddy. You're feeling it too, because when you feel you know it works. Once you're put in it, you're like, okay, I'd like to have some of that. That's why I got so obsessed with underjacking in the mount and just mastering underjack and arm triangles. Arm triangles probably my #1 go-to of all time. I've always been doing arm triangles. But when people do it to me, I like get claustrophobic and it sucks. Like I have like a panic feeling. Like if Gio mounts me and gets an underjack, I'm like, am I gonna tap? Damn, this guy's gonna tap me. And I look at the clock. That's 3 minutes left. But I'm like, I gotta get good at that shit. I got a key. That's the one, the underjack. Mounting someone and pinning their arm up. That's huge. All right. So just something to think about on your own. All right. Ready?
Anything else out of you?
Thank you. No, you can do it when you're in the round. You can make it all happen. I don't usually do it, but you can. You can set it up. I usually
What's up, Doc? Good to see you.
Pretty good, man.
Been good, brother.
Dude, she just beautiful.
Yeah, we got a big, yeah. 3,000 square. Yeah, we got 3.
Can't pay attention to ADD.
Drink too much. You guys have ever had back pain? I'm like, nah. Don't do that.
Yeah, we got
I had to like even do it.
Yeah.
I got like
Will they get an investor?
Listen up, guys. Now, there's not everybody has amazing flexibility in here. There's some guys having a little trouble with flexibility. Maybe their legs are like oak trees. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. For you guys, you're just gonna go to the omoplata game until you feel so comfortable going to omoplata. Then it'll be a lot more comfortable going into the go-go count. If you're having flexibility issues now, you can't even reach your foot, then you shouldn't even be playing it right now. All right, all you gotta do is it's the same thing, Sam. Same thing, except we just go right to the omoplata. That's it. All my guys, like all my personal students that don't have the flexibility yet. Sam Schwartzfeld, great wrestler, wrestled his whole life. He got a lot of great things about his game, but his flexibility ain't that great. And so anytime we're doing rubber guard stuff, I know you just go to omoplata, you're gonna master that sweep. You're gonna be all omoplata for a while, and then you'll add go-go legs when you're effective with your omoplata. It'll be a lot easier there. So all you guys gotta do is focus on the first move. Look. See how my forearm is right on the neck? That one. All right. Now, for those of you that have flexibility issues, just bring this leg over, pull out the over, and then push your foot into a space, and then turn into the omoplata position. I'm parallel. This arm immediately blocks his body, because if he can jump his body to the other side, right here, he's out. Not only is he out, but he passed my guard. He's in side control. So this arm's very important. And then if his arm's here, that's not good. So as we make the transition here, you're always pushing, controlling this hand, and pushing it in, keeping it bent. And this is always blocking the body. Always, all right? So we don't, as we're transitioning to the omoplata position, we're already putting our hands where they're supposed to be, not after we get there. As we get there, leaving no windows for him to, because guys get put on omoplata still, there's guys that they do handstands and then they shift their hips, and they're really good at that. There's guys that are very good at getting out of omoplatas. All right, so it's very important as you transition to that fight, the new battle. That's a whole new sport. Omoplata battle, that's a sport. Has nothing to do with go-go platas. The whole new sport. All right, so here, and now we're gonna pull this over still, pull out the over, and then boom. And look at this. I'm already gonna block the body. I'm already here. Boom. Legs are together here. He rolls. He tries to roll. I let him roll. He brings me up. That might be the most important part of rubber guard. Because the more someone respects your rubber guard, the more they're gonna force. They're not gonna want to go and no go and stuff. They're gonna go, give me an omoplata. Let me roll out of that. That's big. So you have to be good there too. When they just give you that, go, okay, boom. I'm gonna try to finish you with the omoplata. You still try to finish them with the shoulder lock. But if they roll, boom, make sure you pass, and we're good. Make sense? So again, if you're having flexibility problems, I feel bad for you, son. No, I'm kidding. And then now if you have flexibility problems, you're gonna bring this over, pull the overhook out, and just boom, bam, boom. He rolls. My butt never hit the ground. I'm always on him. That whole transition. You understand? Yes. There's 2 paths now. If you want to just stick with the omoplata path, now you know what? That's fine. That's what I tell all my students. You can't hit your elbows. You can't reach your foot. You're doing omoplatas for a while. All right? And also, one more time, and we'll get the omoplata finished. Just to keep that in your head as well. Boom. Boom. Bam. I block. Hit him. Bam. And now I'm going to sit up. Flare out my legs. S grip the far shoulder. Drive the knee down, butt goes up. That's a very powerful finish too. You gotta be a master at that too. Master omoplatas, master omoplata sweep. There's a couple other things they can do to counter the omoplata. You gotta be a master of those counters as well. The duck under, all that stuff. Unwinder. It's a lot to learn. It's a beautiful thing though. Let's go. Ready? It's very sippy. You were missing that. So you can just shut it down and then
all sorts of good pictures.
now he rolls over the strike. Roll. Let him go.
Which one's yours? No, good elbow.
Probably already sure, but
Not quite.
Oh shit. It was who's the first? Yeah, you really need to break it over towards the end. My shoulder was twisting, it was just pressure. Like that.
I know it's using smashes for this. What? Never you guys go to the top of
Just go to a coffee shop for us.
That's that place that Theo talks about.
Sorry, you got a problem here, buddy.
I want to get
Okay, Todd, real quick. Couple things I need to touch on that I didn't really. On how to grab your foot and then go. I grab it like this. Just like this. I like to control it right here. But you could also grab it like this. Put your wrist like behind the toes. Some guys do this. This is very effective. Like Amir Alam, he just pulled off a go-go in the Absolutes. He got Joshua Duke. He likes to like this. This is good. I know some go-go players that do that. I like to grab this. They both work. The key to that is it's like levels of rock climbing. You know, anybody can climb rocks, but like those professional rock climbers, it's the same rock, but they're grabbing it, and it's like a steel claw if their fingers, because they've done it so long, right? But again, if you took a picture, but you wouldn't know, you'd have to feel it, right? So the same thing. Some people can just grab that foot. It's so hard to peel it off, and some people just peel it off. Like, man, that guy has no grip. So the guys just peel it, get that off. And then there's steel grips, claws. Boom, you grab this thing. So there's levels to even everything. Even how you grab your foot. There's levels, right? Here or here. Which is good. Sometimes you can't reach this. His foot's like too high on his jaw or his cheek or something. So sometimes you have a bad act. Sometimes you can't even reach it. But like, oh shit, omoplata fuck. And try to omoplata's always right there waiting in the wings. Then shit falls apart. Does that make sense? So we're either here or here. And again, if you're choosing the omoplata route, nothing wrong with that. You could use this overhook fire just to get to omoplatas. In fact, that's what the main path of the rubber guard was in the beginning. The rubber guard was all about clearing the neck, kung fu, gets you to omoplata. It was all about the omoplata, mastering that. I hadn't gone that deep into gogoplatas. I like gogoplatas, but I didn't realize how deep you could go until Shigeki got obsessed with it. Shigeki, even to this day, is the best gogoplata. That's all he does. Overhook fire and go. What I'm teaching right now is Shigeki. Shigeki's path. That's all he does. His gogoplatas are insane. Okay. So Shigeki gets obsessed with the gogoplata, and then I'm looking, I go, damn, it goes deep, it goes way deep. So then I got back into it, got obsessed with it again. I'm like, oh damn, you go deep with this. Ooh, there's levels to this. Oh, such an advantage. Putting it like having a guy, having someone right here like this, and even this right here, like they're stuck. No explosiveness in the world is gonna help him, because he can't stack me, he can't posture, he can't put any pressure. He is stuck. Right here, got this big leg, like a big steel claw, just pinning him down. And the only way he can unravel is with this. I have something on the whole time. I don't even have to win. He tries to undo that. He tries to get under. And then finally, we're just gonna seal it up. This is my favorite one because it looks like your big brother in here. You know? That one right there, I think, is more entertaining than this one. But this is probably more effective. Right here, this one. This is nasty. Monoplata. The only reason I got good at the monoplata was Marcelo Garcia master. And I would try, like, he was into it. And I go, well, it's right here too, I guess. So, and I would teach this system. I go, there's also the monoplata here. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it, but Marcelo Garcia does it. You can't question anything. You can't. Whatever he's good at, you just do it. It's simple. You don't know who Marcelo Garcia is, you gotta attack somebody. You better get on that. There's that guy. He has so much gold. And the monoplata was like, okay, I trust him, but I didn't. But now, like, oh my listen to it, you're like, yeah, this is the one. I was just throwing it in there for like extra options. And then it became like, yeah, this might be the best one. But it doesn't look that. It looks like, oh, what happened? This one, I kind of got caught. Like, it's anticlimactic. But when you do the straight jack, when you stop it, it's humiliating for the guy at the bottom. So it'll go viral. You know what I mean? And then also another, when we get into spider web, on a side note, just like that monoplata, I just threw it in there in seminars, and when I teach at HQ, I just throw it in as an option. And then after just throwing in those options, reps are reps, no matter how you feel about the technique, reps are reps, and at a certain point, your body just gets it. And now you got that move ninja-fied. You know what I mean? So same thing here. When I would teach spider web seminars, I'd go through all the options. My number one option is always get the spider web and go right into arm crush here. Boom. That's always been my go-to. Either I tap him with that, or his arm pops out. Boom, and I take the arm bar. That's been my go-to. Get the spider web, try to stop the arm crush. That leg's gonna come boom. So guys got really good at it. So here, spider web. So guys, I'm not good at this, but this is what guys do. So as soon as they'll block. One way they'll block the arm crush is here. Right here, you can't do an arm crush, right? There's got to be an opening. So right when he goes arm crush, boom, they bring out their arm like that, try to get their leg over again. Boom. So there's a battle. Like, damn, now they're ready for it. They feel this leg coming, and as soon as they come, they go bam, no arm crush. They get really good at that. And then they got good at stopping it here, and then once they go boom, go again, stop it here, and then bam, then they go like that. Guys got ninja with that. And then they pull their arm out. Okay, so then it becomes like, then you gotta fake it. And then there's a bunch of options. There's sometimes if your legs end up like this, anytime my legs ended up like this, instead of coming here and resetting, I would just come here and then go. This is X break. The original X break, and then Marvin calls his leg lock system X break, but it's because of this one. Boom. That's another option. Spider web. And then if you can't control the legs, boom. Silverado, huge. Sometimes you can't control the legs. Some guys are really good at keeping those legs free. Very good. Some legs are hard to control. So we gotta get good at finishing arm bars and spider web without controlling the legs. I always want to control the legs, but sometimes you can't. So you gotta be good there too. So another one was Bollinger break. This is what it's kind of like the Apollo field hold. I had it in a book, but Sean Bollinger did it a little different, but same kind of concept, and he swore by it. And Sean Bollinger's another guy, one of my first black belts. Genius. He was the one who started double backing. I don't like double backing. What's that? It's unnecessary. Turns out it's amazing. Double backing is huge. We didn't even go with double backing. That's a full rubber guard. What we're going over today is a 3/4 rubber guard. We never even got into full guard today. You guys notice that? It was all off the overhook fire. That was not full guard. That's 3/4 rubber guard. Full rubber guard to go dead orchards. That's the full rubber guard game. Generally dead orchards, triangles, that kind of stuff. So Sean Bollinger, he was like, control the leg, pull his arm out, come up like that. I'm like, that's nice. And I go, what if he's holding on the leg? Doesn't he get your leg out? No. Okay, that's nice. So that became one of my options, when I teach. But I never did it. It was always uncrush. But then I would teach that one so much, and I would say, it's Sean Bollinger break. I named it after him. I taught it so much that all of a sudden it turned into my number one go-to in spider web. Because now I assume these guys know how to counter the arm crush. They're not gonna, as soon as they feel the leg come on, they're gonna block it. When they block up, you can't get it over. Even if you're really flexible. So now instead of going there, they already expect that I'll go to Bollinger break first. So we're here. This one right here, hold tight. This one is so good. Oh. And practiced that so much, taught that so much, just became part of my DNA. That's my go-to. And if they stop that, I'm like, here, I'm trying to pull this, then I go, boom, now I go to arm crush. So arm crush is second now. So that's something that's different. We're still gonna work overhook, fire to chill dog, go to omoplata. But the only reason I brought up that balance break is because I was talking about monoplata. Both those moves, they weren't in my blood, but I just taught them, and eventually they just became huge in my game. And that can happen with any technique. You just gotta keep, if there's a technique you want, you're not good at it, just do it, just keep doing it, and it's gonna leak into your game. That's how it works. You know? Just keep doing it, and just, after a while, your body's gonna master it. And it's gonna be unconscious, and you're gonna be able to pull it off on tough guys that you roll with. All right? So keep going. We'll work on the omoplata a little bit more on this one. All right? Ready?
Get on water.
You know, question. Questioning all the shit.
That was really tight. I don't know, like the thing when I was like, oh, yeah, I could bet on it. Shoving up these photos.
Three meals a day. Yeah. Really pushing you we don't really need that much. Our tongues aren't made that. There's and that's not natural. Exactly. I'm thinking, and then one of the most respected doctors that I know, everything he says, he's on top of it. You don't believe it. None of it. Medical institution. He doesn't believe none of it. He said he's on the fast.
I mean, it's a very different world.
It's all pushing it away.
So you're not slowly pressing. And then that's all they're talking about. They're not talking about health. You know what I mean? So then it's like, I bet they've already figured out. It's slaves, belly, rice. Every poor country has rice. We got plenty of rice. That's probably the worst thing. Because every poor, look at Mexico. I'm Mexican. Mexicans eat rice all day. Most Mexicans eat shit. You know what I mean? They're not like this. I bet that's rice and bread. Everybody got rice. Everybody got bread.
Like a whole culture of dudes.
I don't know. There's one of my vice presidents
I just like all
But these animals goes, is intentionally to make to fuck us up. There's too many slaves to control. So that's why they want to depopulate, because it's not that there's a lot of people, it's not. Like we were talking about. There's too many for them to control. There's too many, so they got to depopulate. It's too hard to control. It's too hard to control 8 billion. But really, 8 billion is not. 8 billion is not. Because the population in Alaska, and there's nobody. It's empty. This motherfucker's empty. You could fit everybody in Texas. This side. No one's disputed that. There's nobody here. It's empty. Right? But there's too many to control. That's what the population. Too many. And this guy is the VP of finance. Don't take none of that shit. They're trying to make everybody fair. That's what they're trying to do. Like, intentionally.
That's what everybody does, though. Who gets it? Like, I'm the first one.
die for this. I think I literally just did it all. National things. So here on this side of the veterans, like the zombies, this comes
Then you go to homo blocks. Or you can just stay there and sit up. So you can just go out there and make it happen. Maybe hold on to a flag a little bit here. Make sure you get the foot a little bit.
and this is going to come out and smash the place.
Get up on your knee. Roll.
That's worth a little bit.
Hey, they send you the donation.
I'll check.
It should be under like, it might be under Sam and Williams.
Okay.
Might be the number that I came. Oh yeah, cool. I'm just curious how much.
Yeah, I'll
Because they didn't tell me. They're like, oh, we're just doing that.
It goes through Guardian, and then I'll get it.
Yeah, I just wanted to, like,
Yeah, for sure.
it's
like
I felt awkward asking.
Yeah.
They would probably be like I said I thought it was going to be 100. My buddy said he thought it was going to be 1,000. So I'm curious. The fact that they didn't tell makes me think this HCA is kind of, they got billions of dollars, but yeah. Right. Yeah, put it this way. They paid me $20 an hour on my last check. It was a mistake. They made a mistake.
Oh.
But they made a mistake on everybody. So yesterday, my whole day was filled taking care of phone calls and people's paychecks.
That's like the part of owning the gym. I don't know. Deal with bills. I gotta call them when they didn't pay their bills.
Yeah, we got a bunch of students here. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm about to post a photo of you, yeah. Compromising. He'll never know it's real. You just tell him this is Rome. It took you 4 minutes to get there. You would destroy him otherwise. He'll never know. We can just make up whatever.
And he's like sitting there like this. He's like, how are you feeling? You've been getting put. It feels like kids like a bit deadly.
I'm so glad that I'm so glad
That's so
That's understandable.
All right, guys. Now we're going to get into hunting for overhooks. How do you even get to cocoons? All right, so now we got to do the pre-cocoon. We got to back up of them. How the hell did we end up in cocoon? It's basic yet sophisticated. The setup. You got to get that overhook. It's like we got to make a deal with your opponent. You could be here, say, hey, how about you let me have a lockdown? I'll take away the shield and I'll give you the underhook. Take the deal? Most people take the deal. They can't believe I'm making the deal. They're like, whoa, that's cool. Not even my birthday. You mean you're gonna give me the underhook and I don't have to deal with the shield? Dealing with the shield is easy. Because like, can you get past that card? Can you get past that shield? Passing from scratch. Damn. Can you imagine if you just passed one of like Hapa Mendez guards? Like, it's not happening. Not from scratch. You ain't passing no kid's guard. You know what I mean? So, in order for me, if I ask my opponent, can I have an overhook and an underhook? Can I get cocoon? He's gonna say, hell no. What do I get out of that? Yeah, right. How about I'll give you the underhook and no shield, and you just take it. Give me it. I'll give you a clinch with the underhook, no shield. Just give it the lock. Isn't that cool? They'll be like, hell yeah. They'll always take it until they realize it's a trick. And they won't work. Right? So basically, it's this. We're right here. He's not going to let me just go in there and grab this. That's never going to happen. It's going to be framed the whole time. We're going to be battling here. Boom. I wish I could. How am I going to get that? I want to do this go-go thing I learned. I can't even let me have it. You got to make a deal, because right now you still have to shoot. This is still the shoot. Whether I'm in sit-up bar, you still got to get past this. this way, this is the shield. All right, so he's still got to do his shield. He's nowhere near passing. Right. But if I say, oh no, no shield, he's gonna go, what? And I give him the underhook, and then he gets head and arm here, boom. She's like, what position would you rather have? He said, you had to win this match. You always get the one on top, right? Hell yeah. On top, underhook, no shield, on the top half, I'm in a great position, right? It's only a great position if the guy's not a rubber guard. That's just the rubber guard. Doing that. Most people take it. Anytime I rolled someone for the first time, drop it, they can't believe they want to deal with the shield. And they get the underhook. Right? It's only because I've put in so much time battling that position in the body. All right, so he's not going to get the, he's not going to give me the overhook right here. He's not going to give it. You're stupid if he gave me the overhook. But if now I start playing this game and he still sees the shield, right? But then boom, now I'm here, bam. Now we're here. He takes the underhook. I got to make sure I have the lockdown still. Boom. I don't want him to have the underhook if he has quarter guard. Yeah, if I have quarter guard, and he now this is not good for me. This is not good for me. But if I have lockdown, this is great for me. Now we're good. We're good. Because now him taking the underhook gives me the overhook. Has no power yet, but it will if this transition is successful. This overhook all of a sudden is, man, now we fire. I have the overhook. Right? Because I got it here, but I can't fire from here. I got to get my right knee out. I got to be able to sit up, all right? So it's all about the battle of the knee right here. He wants to pull out his right knee and slam it to the ground. Pull out your right knee, he wants to pass. He wants to do that. And I want to pull out my right knee out too. Super stomp here, then he's going to back up at that point. Once, if he has any kind of experience, blue belt, purple belt, you know that if you lose that battle with a knee, you gotta get the hell out. He lost. He doesn't want to back up. He already has the clinch. Why would he want to go backwards? There's never a move where you start in the clinch and then you let go. Unless you had to, you have no choice. You gotta do it because there's no choice. But generally, you want to pass the guard. Now, the guy now you want to go backwards, right? So he doesn't want to go backwards. The reason he went backwards is because he lost the battle of the knee, and that means I got cocoon. And me having cocoon means he's gonna have a foot in his face really quick. So he knows the game. As soon as he's clinched up here, as soon as he loses the battle of the knee, he's gonna have, it's better for him to just forget it, retreat with a limp arm, just in case that overhook comes in, and now we're reset. He went backwards, but at least he don't have a foot in his face. So he's out, so he did some damage control right there. He back, retreated, let go of the clinch, and had a limp arm there, ready to go. That's the best thing he could do at that point, because he let me get my knee out. All right, so you gotta get good at winning the battle of the knee. Some people, they don't have any skill with this. You have to put a lot of time into it, so we're here. And the reason I have this here, as long as, this is called a pill bar. You gotta keep it strong, all right? So I have a palm up right above his knee. The reason I have this is because if I don't have this on his leg constantly, he could use that leg to break open right here and then pass the guard. Oh. You want this leg to be vulnerable. I can't pass my guard now. It's impossible. Fair pass? Fair? It's impossible. I just keep this on my arm. All right? The one thing he can do is try to go double underhooks to get rid of this. If I let him do that, it's back. It's back. So, as soon as I feel him let go, he tries to do that on here. And then he goes back. I go back here. And he tries to go double underhooks. All right, so then he ends up getting him. All right? Also, maybe I don't want to go rubber guard. Maybe I want to stay electric chair, right? How would I do that? So I stay here. He tries to go double underhooks. He lets go of the clinch, so that means I can whip down here. Boom, now we're here. He let go of the clinch, so I can whip down. That's another round. That's basically being in this position, but I'm gonna get that underhook back and I'm gonna take him into a dogfight or electric chair, play that game on. Or I keep the overhook and play rubber guard. I have a choice. That's why lockdown, it doesn't matter if you have an underhook or an overhook on me. If I got the lockdown on you, I'll go either game. It doesn't matter to me. If I have quarter guard, I can't give you the underhook. I have to give the underhook and quarter guard. Half guard, whatever you want. I'll play whatever you want. I got the lockdown. You understand? So when you're in quarter guard, now you gotta be fighting like this. You can't give up that underhook. Because if you're in quarter guard, he grabs the clinch, he got the underhook. He won the battle of the knee already. He went into position with his knee out already. Does that make sense? So, we're here, overhook in advance. It's like a karate chop. We're gonna need that later. Pimp arm strong. And then when I go to super stomp, that's very important. Going from the lockdown to this is the leg curl. And it's gonna be kipping too. So then he's gonna squeeze his knees together because he doesn't want me to pull my right knee out. He doesn't want me to. Well, as soon as I do, if he doesn't back up and limp arm, see, now the underhook catches him. Stops the limp arm. So the reason I said earlier, oh, don't get into starting with an overhook and a collar tie. You're gonna need to come from that underhook. All right, so at the moment the pimp arm turns into an underhook, that's called the catch. Mission complete. The catch is complete. We are now in cocoon. When are you gonna fire? You're gonna wait a couple seconds, you're gonna do like that. That's it, it's the game. You understand? The moment that pimp arm, which prevents his pass, can't pass if I got something on my leg. Watch for the underhook. And then now, boom, I put my butterfly in, and all I gotta do is win that battle, and they're gonna be squeezing their knee together. Sometimes you can't pull it out. Then you go back to lockdown, like, damn, I can't pull that knee out. His knee squeeze was strong. But, you put enough time into it, the guy on the bottom has the advantage. So much that none of my rubber guard players, no guy will ever come in and have a head and arm and give him a lockdown. That's never gonna happen. You don't do that to rubber guard players. Same thing with body lock passing. Like all the body lock passing that's going, that's old school Higa Machado, big Brazilian passing back in the day. That works on 99.99999% of the jiu-jitsu population. Body lock passing is great, except on rubber guard players. Can't play body lock. You're gonna come in and give me the clinch that I was willing to go on a 3-minute wild goose chase to get that over. You just gonna give it to me? Boom! You don't body lock rubber booty. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna be putting a couple buttons. You understand? So him being on top, head and arm, top half is great for 99.999. The survival rate, same thing. But if you're a rubber guard player, no. Same thing with body lock pass. Rubber guard player, you don't want them to get any kind of clinch and any kind of half guard. You gotta pass on the outside and make sure you don't go anywhere near the middle, the center. No top half passing. Rubber guard players like, come on, go. So there's inside passers, they like to go inside, top half, and then boom, then they pass. And then there's the outside passing. Boom. You hit the whole thing all at once from the outside. Boom. Or boom, and go in there, bam. Inside passing don't work too well on rubber guard players. Because we want that clinch on the inside. That's what we practice all the time. Half guard. You understand? Some people don't have half guards. Once they get past the half guard, boom, they're gonna pass the rest of the guard real quick. They kick their foot out. There's no half guard here. They're just like, you get the half guard, it's gonna be pretty easy. Or you get the half guard and you're in trouble. You wanna be that guy that they come in the half guard. Thank you. I don't have to go chasing you all over the place. You're just gonna come right in, beautiful. Let's do it. All right? That's the game I want. I want that inside game. Because again, in MMA, top half is the most popular guard. No one's putting their shield up. You watch MMA, it's all top half. You watch stuff on it, you won't ever see top half. Rare. Either you pass all the way through or they recover all the way through. There's like that middle game. You don't really see it. It's not that necessary in some only. You just always pass on the outside. MMA, it's all full guard on the bottom. Full guard, top half. Full guard, top half. That's the whole, just watch the fights on the ground. When there's punches and striking, the guy on the bottom can punch too. They both want that top half. So you gotta be good there. Right? If you're interested in having a jiu-jitsu style that's best suited for MMA under strength, that's all I'm trying to do. That's it. Just focusing on that. One day, there'll be a shit ton of boogies, but right now there's only like 50 guys. because it's so unnecessary. That's why it's not necessary. Gordon Ryan ain't even working with rubber guard. You know, it's not even necessary. Marcelo Garcia probably never done rubber guard in his life. You know what I mean? They got amazing names. They don't need it. I like it. You know, I like being able to. Rubber guard is the last offensive battle. That's the last one. After that, you're bottom side. You're being mounted. You're not playing offense. You're like trying to survive. And he's on your back. Oh, there's no offense right here. Rubber guard is the last one. That's the last stand. If they win that stand and they pass your guard, now you're on these. I want that last offensive stand to be my best. That's what I want. Not everybody wants that. That's what I teach. Guys are here. I'm giving you my best stuff. This is the best stuff. So again, we're here. Anytime we're in a position like this, we can't let them pass. This is why we're coming strong. This has got to be professional. If he doesn't squeeze his knees together, bam, I'm already here. Like, bam.
Put it to the face.
He squeezes his knees together as hard as he can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Don't let me pull the knee out, right? That's the good. See how I kept him in? He's trying to retreat. That underhook, boom. Now you can't limp arm. Can't limp arm without the underhook. If I had this, no underhook here, you can limp arm out of this. You need this to hold the overhook in. Otherwise, he's gone. This will work too. But since we're coming from the pimp arm, we don't have time to go pimp arm. Oh, well, here's two legs. Go. All right, it's got to be bam. As soon as you feel him let go and retreat, that's got to happen. If that doesn't happen, he retreats, limp arm, and now you got to start all over. Now you got to offer him half guard with the underhook again. He might take it, he might not. Generally, it's a great position for the guy. So, we start here, that's a great position. Big advantage for him. Big advantage, except if you have an overhook game. That make sense?
Yes.
So guy on top, you have to work here. You have to go head and arm, squeeze. When he puts the butterfly and squeeze your knees together, and when he pulls his knee out, let go and try to limp arm out of that overhook. If you could limp arm out of that overhook, his pimp arm probably just sitting there. It didn't react right when you tried to retreat. You understand? It's got to come up. So guy on top, underhook, boom. Watch what he's doing. Here. I got a lockdown. Right here, like in reality, his legs are so open, man. I just go right here. Yeah, I want this little weird. You know what I mean? But he's gonna let my knee. But now he's squeezing his knees together. Oh. See, I missed the under. See how he was ready for it. So the next, if I didn't get the under, boom, you gotta sit up and catch him with something. And right here, this is already flying. Boom, right here. Every day. Oh, every day. Just enjoy right there. Everything's gotta be perfect. All right, ready? You guys don't have a shower here.
No. My house is like 15 minutes.
I don't want to torture the guys.
Just stay down like
It's here. Remember, guy on the ball top, you gotta retreat. End in cocoon. End in cocoon. Ending in cocoon.
Yeah, I would give up my legs.
Guy on top, you gotta squeeze your knees together.
here.
Once you lose the battle of the knee, oh, take off. There it is.
It's awesome.
It looks like after it's done, that's where it's also from. And now you're falling over, which is worse. It's that way.
Okay, time, real quick. Let's pause this. Who thinks they got this new part down? If you think you got it down, you understand it, you did it before even, you think you got it down? Two guys right here. You think get your partner? Got it down? That's it. Just start in just the very first position and just freeze in the very first position. Where's your lockdown? Remember, lockdown, we start in the lockdown. The transition from the lockdown to the super stop, see it? Go. Put the butterfly. There you go. Go back to lockdown. Super stop. Lockdown. Super stop. That right there, so basic, so simple, yet so hard for a lot of people. Just that right there, go back. And if sometimes it's getting hard to get this butterfly in, so stretch out the lockdown, so it brings your leg lower, then you can put it in. And then go back, you can do the original stomp was here, stretch out the lockdown, and then with your right foot, stomp down on his ankle, hold it like that, and now put the butterfly in, so that he doesn't pass, and then put the leg cross. That's the original, that's the stomp, because you're stomping. Go back to lockdown. It's called the stomp because we're going to stomp on the back of his ankle. Like more. This way. Yeah, there you go. Put the butterfly in, then leg curl. Super stomp is butterfly goes in and the leg curl really quick. There is no stomp. So go back. Now we're going to go super stomp all at once. But kabish. Can you do it faster than I do? Super stomp. Kabish. Now, if you're having trouble getting the butterfly in, you're gonna have to base out on the mat, scoot your hips out, and then stick your butterfly in. You have to do a whole new step, and that could just fuck everything up. But until you got it down like quick, eventually it'll happen. Eventually we were working like little alien serpents. You know what I mean? But at first they're like, but eventually it's gotta be ninja fire. See it? So after you go back. So lockdown, 10 farm, super stomp. Now, as soon as the guy on top feels this is good for you. As soon as you feel that butterfly, you better squeeze your knees together. He can't, if he pulls his knee out, you're in trouble. You gotta get out of here. You gotta start all over. You got top half, and now you're gonna so squeeze your knees together. Soon, 100%. And then when he gets his knee out, you let go and you get out of here with a limp arm. Let's see. Back. Get out of here! He caught. Keep your head on the other side. Yeah, let's go. This is so important, so basic, but hard. Where's the limp arm? Yeah. Now squeeze your knees together. Otherwise he just gets it in. Yeah. Bam! Bam! There we go. That's it. And then from here, fire chill down. You guys already got that down. The rest is easy. We've been doing that all day. Anybody else got it down like that? That's pretty good. Not bad. Anybody else? Let's see you. Just stop at the first step. Just head and arm lockdown. Jump arm strong. Anytime we do the drill, just already be ready for it. When you do it mental, it's already ready. We're always ready. Not like, okay, and then you should already know. You should already know. You should show yourself that you know. I already know. I already know. I know what's going on. I'm trying to get this right. I'm trying to remember this shit. I'm trying to use this. All right? So now go super stomp. Nice. Go back. He squeezes it. Go back, okay? Go super stomp. And as soon as you feel that, squeeze your knees together, 100%. Boom. Because if he can't pull his knee out, we don't have no need to retreat. He can stay there. Let him, we'll just stay there. I'm going to squeeze my knees together. And then he gives up. He gives up. And then, okay, then we go back again. Okay, one more time. Squeeze the knees together. Now. Bam! He caught him. See that? Oh, the underhook came in. Again. Once you master the bottom part of this, like, I feel like I have him trapped. He thinks he has me, I'm like, I got you trapped. Oh, where you going? You messed up. If I win this battle of the knee, you're on defense. You're not on offense. You're not even on offense here in my book, but you gotta master every inch of this. All right? He puts the super stomp in, he squeezes. Boom, can you get the knee out? Bam! He catches him. The catch. Now put your head on the other side, fire to chill dog. Boom, look at that. You got some good flexibility. All right, and then from there, man, if you've done your homework, he's on defense. And it's you got the advantage. He's not on offense. He's on top, but he's on defense. You understand? That's the kind of game you want. You want the kind of game where any kind of clinch. There's only so many clinches. You got game from every clinch. There's no clinch you don't have game from that isn't connected to another clinch. And has options if that clinch is in the middle. That's a huge, just a half guard. That's just one half guard position. That's half guard alone. You can go 6 hours on this half guard. So much. I'm just touching on a couple things. And rubber guards can go holy. We have muddy waters and invisible collars. So much other stuff. So much other stuff. But what you're learning today, that with this round, you just remember this after class videotape, the videotaper right now, it's gonna be, I mean, this is the one we practice at HQ. 3-minute round. 3-minute, just go back, both guys get like 1 or 2 reps, whatever. We just start piling them on, you just see them. And boom, man. At HQ, you're just seeing open flyers all over the place. We're just gonna pour it on, pour it on, pour it on. Huge. Anybody else think they got it down? Let's see it one more time. Let's go. Do it nice and slow. We're all ready here. Oh, we're ready here. No, this really is no flexibility needed. Super style. Nice. He squeezes his knees together. Boom. As soon as he gets the knee out, bam! He caught him. Now, fire to chill out. Oh, look at that. Oh, you're back. Okay, you've been playing this already. Look at that. Bam. It's in trouble. Might not get him. Might pull out. Let's get his teeth. But man, he was in danger. He got a good shot at a kill one right there. It's all about the overhook. You train your body. Whenever you get that overhook, you fire. That's it. Let's keep doing it. Now we'll put it all together. Just take it from the beginning all the way to the end. Remember, top guy. You got to squeeze your knees together when you feel that butterfly. And then you got to retreat so that he can practice the catch. If you're not retreating and you're just holding on, you're like, what do I do now? He didn't practice the catch because you didn't retreat. And that's what you should be doing anyways. That's like you're programming your own defense. Well, as soon as you lose the battle, then you get out of there, reset. You don't want another foot in your face, trust me. All right? Ready? Do the whole thing.
That's John Chuck, right?
Yeah, you remember that?
I used to.
That was the one move. That was the one move. Yeah, never got it. Then I would be like,
First thing I saw the go-go clinch was Mexico City, Los Cosas.
oh shit, you were there?
Yeah.
Did you live out there?
I used to train at Kansas.
You just went there for vacation?
Yeah, and then actually there was a.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't on it.
Ben Eddie had posted like 2017, like, yo, we're renting out Geo's room, we just moved out. And Geo just opened the Oceanside. So I was there with Al Chambers, all those dudes, man.
And where you at now?
It's kind of telling
Now,
me.
not here.
Now Nashville.
Yes, sir. I'm a sergeant. I just discovered they have Yes, sir. Great to finally meet you. What's Deep Waters? Deep Waters is and nice. And then he's like, dude, it's like, hey, Randy. It's just weird. Like, when we were gonna go down to Asian training, he's like, good to have you back. That's good to see you.
Overhook in advance. Overhook in advance. Pimp arm strong.
All your pressure on my shoulder.
That's all I ask. I don't expect you to like me, just put a name on it. So much thought. That looks kind of rough, huh?
Here's a problem. I'm just being I'll leave you there. That's not what that's my mistake. They're going here.
Remember, just start with the Go to omoplata if you can't reach your foot.
Freaking Nate got put on the spot. I'll show you how to do it. And then he did like the whole sequence. You see, he did like the, he's like, I'm finishing this shit, dog.
Yeah, I'm pulling him. Getting a little bit of it. I get to slide
McConnell. Yeah.
I'm pulling here, and then I punch through some. What heals out. It's all the same shit. You just go grab the seat.
I grab this one. I like when you it's actually over the top of that.
Yeah.
Really good. Stories are good.
How's everything been, man?
Yeah, Joe, I'm
thankfully finished in 2 weeks. So like that's been like up at 4 and I get home at 6. So I started the academy. I recorded at 6:15. I started at 6:30 and I'm done at 4. And it's like by the time like I get home and I'm like,
How come you didn't get a teardrop?
yeah, I just found out
Crying?
the week before. I field trained for July in Madison.
I just got
Okay. Third afternoon, so like 3 to 11.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're not going to give you 8 hours.
Well, I expect 8 hours, but like,
Look in progress.
what it is. So like, if I'm working on like actually like normal routine where I mean, where it's like, because even then like, I'm gone all day, and then it's like, oh, I gotta test this week. Oh, I gotta pre-test this week. Yeah. And then I gotta, oh shit, I gotta this got a lot of this lab to do this. No, like I literally since I moved in and moved down here in March, like that's all I've done. Like I'm gonna I was gonna sign up today for July. I'm gonna wait for not even your village work. I just come and pay like the next.
What's going to be your birthday
It's like you're 15 minutes away from my house right now. But it's yeah, because this is that month I know where I'm going to be because after July, I have no idea where they're going to put me. Well, they will, but they'll get something put into it, they'll guarantee it. This is like they can have opening time.
One move, I didn't really go over the name, and it's very important. And now that you guys understand, I wouldn't have mattered back then anyways, because now you're going to understand. I would have made it earlier, probably wouldn't have got the top of it, because you go through everything. Some of you guys got it better than others. Some of you guys will have it better in the future. It all depends on you. You gotta practice. Those guys are great at this stuff. This is my go-to game. Except I don't really go chill dog too much. I go flying. I go flying kung fu generally. Again, once your partners or opponents know that you're looking for that overhook in a specific one, I'm always looking for the light on. They can do a good job of keeping, staying away from that, staying on the outside. Oh, where's my overhook? I can't get an overhook. Nothing works. He knows my whole game. That's why you need the underhook game, the knockdown, the pony control game. Huge. Any kind of clinching game from the bottom. You gotta get good at it. You wanna be offensive on the bottom, not defensive. You wanna be offensive. They gotta be worried about your offense off your back. That's the goal. Right? That's never a bad thing. It's a good thing to have in your game. But you gotta get into all the underhook game, because that's how you're gonna get the overhook. If you're not patient with the clinching game, upper body clinch, and you're playing guard, and you're just grabbing the legs and the ankles, and you just do something off that, then you don't have the patience, because you got to drag these dudes down and do upper body clinch. Because if I could clinch your upper body from the bottom, I know if I sweep you, I'm gonna pass to. If I'm clinching, if I got you in a clinch and I'm on the bottom, and I got you in some kind of clinch, and I can sweep you with those clinches, and there's sweeps off of every clinch. Just gotta be good at it. If they work, the pass is gonna be available for you. It's gonna be way easier to pass through the sweep than it is from scratch. Way easier. You just gotta get good at those sweeps. Those are all the golden paths. How many paths are there from your butt to side control or the back, or in the offensive position where you have to deal with the legs? Right? That's the goal. Go-go launch is the position that's really the goal. Once you're in go-go launch, which means I sat up, grabbed my foot, and I'm up on my elbow, and I'm doing a bicep curl in that position, and that head is right on my chest. That's called go-go launch. I'm gonna launch you this way, or I'm gonna launch you that way, and put you on your back and two things. That make sense? So, until you get to go-go launch, he still has hope. Right? First you need the overhook, then you need to fire the choke dog. He still has hope. even from chill dog, you can start rolling into omoplata positions too. You're not out of the woods yet. So overhook, fire to chill dog. We gotta get to go-go launch. Boom. We gotta get to go-go launch. We gotta get to go-go launch. Pop, pop. Okay, so I'm about to launch him this way, or I'm about to launch him the other way. Does that make sense? So the goal is to get start with the bottom, overhook and advance. It's the whole. This is like the super important. Some of you guys are like up here. It's all about the overhook. The whole reason we're doing this is for the overhook. So if you're like this, you're not paying attention to that overhook. You want to have this. It doesn't really do anything right now except it keeps him from turning towards my legs. I'm locking him in a position because if I didn't have this, if he wanted to, he could turn towards my legs. You know, just let go of this and then turn over here. He could go like this. I can't get to rubber guards from here. I still got a lockdown in, but if he can pop his knee out, this ain't the greatest position for me. This ain't the greatest. All right, although there is this thing, this one here to show. Armand Fati, he's really good at that. That's the Shaolin. That's the counter to the twister pass. Damn, that works so good. That's another seminar. Again, so we're here. I went, bam, retreats, right? And then, bam, you gotta get to go-go launch. You gotta get to go-go launch. Okay, so this is go-go launch. What about the launch? Go-go toss. Go-go toss. Go-go roll. Go-go toss, go-go roll, off the go-go launch. So really, the goal is to get the go-go launch right here. On your elbow. Bicep curl. Once you're there and you've done the proper drilling, it's looking really good for you. Looking really bad for him. You understand? Gotta get to the go-go launch. All the steps before that, there's still hope for him. Once you secure this and you're up on your elbow, it's not looking good. So that's what we're looking for. In order to get there, what do we need? An overhook. Damn. Now, how do we get the overhook? Gotta make a deal with him. Let him just get on the inside there. Let him have the underhook, take away the shield. Most people will take that. In tournaments, they'll take that all day. They'll always take that. Hell yeah. And then, again, once we're here, we don't have to, I don't have to play the overhook rubber guard game. I can play, you know what? Got locked down. If I get this underhook back, I'm gonna electric chair him. I don't want to do that. Maybe I've had him in rubber guard before. Dude, it's just insane posture, and he's so good at rolling out it. But you know what? Let me try to get this underhook back, and now we're here. We're battling right in. Oh. Good spot to be in. Either I'm going to tap him, or maybe I go through him here, get him locked, right? And then battle here, and then he gets an arm, and then we're here. And that all came from the opening position. Instead of putting the butterfly in and getting the cocoon and then firing the chill dog, I was like, you know what? Let me whip down, get this under the back, and go underneath. Gotta have both threats. That make sense?
Yes, sir.
Go launch. Let's keep it going. Ready? Yeah. These are the ones that
Yeah, that's good. Those are them.
Yes.
Yes, now
I'm like, what the hell are we
I'm trying to.
No, I won't see it.
That's the best thing ever. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna complain 5 hours if you want. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing?
The dream, man. This is the most crowded I've ever seen it.
It's pretty nice. For tonight, this is only 50. Imagine
Couldn't do it. Couldn't roll.
you could. Not fun.
Belly down hard.
I'm sure it's almost like Eddie's probably I'm sure somebody is. I bet he got lost in it. I'm sure he got lost in this.
Looks even better when they have the shorts on
When he started the seminar, you were saying
You don't hear the speech together once he puts the butterfly in. When he pulls his knee completely out, let go of your tree, right? And then when he lets go of the tree, right? So boom. There it is, yeah? Now, back. You know flying kung fu, that's nice. That's nice. Stick with it.
Who do you think you are? I am.
You just gotta keep doing it over and over. Just watch it. I just recognize it. And the only people that don't get recognized are the ones that stay away. Stay away from everybody. Like, oh, it's everything. Be willing to be called a stall. It's way better to be called a stall. That's what I, you know what I mean?
It's all about yesterday, yeah, Spring Hill, BJJ, yeah, guys, Phoenix MMA, everyone's always coming through. We're basically open doors.
Yo, you ready? No, we'll do that.
Okay. Nice.
All right, guys, go. Tim's going to give out some promotions. But before we get to the promotions, I just want to let you guys know that just remind you, videotape that. There you can go on Mastering the System. You could 2 episodes ago, I go through this route. It's like the ultimate rubber market route. It's right there. I break it down. I break it down to pieces. And then there's also flows already on video. You can catch them. I think on my Instagram. Like, you know, Jen, Kelsey, just do it every day. Do it every day. Oh, over the fire. Until that's all you're thinking about. Just put feet in people's faces. All right, so that round is done. Just master the round, do the round. Even if you do the round once a week, eventually you're gonna have that as a change. And there's no way that's a bad thing to have an over fire game. There's no way it's bad. It's just another bazooka in your system. All right? Still work on the mount, of course, the back, trunk, spine, all that shit. Getting your triangles, all that leg locks, of course. Wrestling, of course. All that. And a killer bottom game. A bottom game you feel so good about it doesn't feel like you're on the bottom. It's like, is this the bottom? How is this? I guess, technically. But your game could be so good on the bottom that it's not the bottom. It's actually the top. You understand? They got to stay on the outside. They're not trying to, oh, it doesn't work. Go right in and see if it doesn't work. Go right in. See what happens. You get wrecked. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for coming. I'll be back. I will be back within maybe a year, maybe a year and a half. I'll be back. I love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Freeman.
Thank you, Eddie. Eddie's awesome. Thank you. Thank you to my wife Stella, my 2 boys, Noah and Nate. It's a family business to help me run it. I got a bunch of dedicated students here.
Who's your idea? The plants?
Yes, but
I like
he's
it.
trying to upkeep them.
I like it. I like it.
And also thank you guys for coming. The Jiu-Jitsu community in Nashville has just been open arms since the day I arrived. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I just have a couple promotions, not too many. I got a blue belt to give out because this guy is becoming a pain in the ass for the white belts, and it's not fair anymore. Joe Morelli, come up here. Just kidding. Alright, this next one, this dude has really become a pain in the ass, and his ears are showing it. Shui, come up to the front. Shui's going to med school soon. When? How soon?
July.
Oh.
Right around the corner.
Okay, I got 2 more. I know. Listen, I had to get this one. I'm sorry. I'll replace this one with a different one. But does anybody go to church? Or I know Nashville, a lot of church people, but sometimes you get baptized when you go to church, and then sometimes you quit for a while and you go back to get baptized again. This person has a purple belt, but he's gonna get a purple belt from us today. Sean, come up to the front.
Yes.
This guy, he showed up, and the first time he came in, I was like, that guy's gonna be part of our team. We went out to breakfast. Everything he said, I was like, yes, yes, and yes, and yes, and. He's been a huge bonus to our team. He's the captain of our competition team, and he's a blue belt. He's an amazing wrestler. He's completely helped change our game. Tyler, please come
When, you know, we are constantly getting gi blue belts and gi purple belts converting to 10th planet, and vice versa. We got guys leaving no gi and say, you know what, I want to train in the gi. You know, we got them going both ways. But when they go to the gi, I don't really pay attention. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, have fun. But when they're coming in, obviously I pay attention. You know, they're coming in from. I would say a large percentage of 10th planet soldiers today came from the gi. I came from the gi. There are, you know, I would say maybe 30% of pure no-gi, but most dabbled in the gi a little bit, looked into different styles, and, you know, they, for whatever reason, they chose 10th planet. When you come in as a blue belt from the gi, I recognize that. That's a blue belt. You're still a blue belt. Some guys will say, you know what, I want to start over. Can you start me as a white? I want to earn my blue belt in the system. So we're like, okay, if that's what you want to do. But usually, we don't go that route. You come in as a purple, you're a purple. You come in as a brown, you're a brown. You come in as a black. You come in as a black, you're a brown, 10th planet brown. And not because I think anything less of key black belts or anything like that. It's just like, you come in from another team, you already got a black belt, and all of a sudden you're a 10th planet black belt. It doesn't work like that in this association. You want to be a 10th planet black belt, you have to earn it. And by earning it, you immerse yourself into the system, learn the system, prove your loyalty, prove we can trust you, you know what I mean? Because I've given out, there have been some black belts given out, not me personally, but there have been some black belts that I've given out that, they ended up being shitty people. You regret it, you're like, damn, I wish I would have known that about him before I gave him his black belt, you know what I mean? That happens, to multiple black belts of mine that are giving out black belts. Now they want me to kick this guy they gave a black belt to out the system because they're leaking over business. Somebody, drag me and all that business stuff. But when Tim came into the system, I knew him for years through the Jiu-Jitsu scene. Inside the dad thing. How many times did I do your show? A lot of times. A bunch of times. And then we always known each other. I knew he was a gi guy, and he got his black belt from who again?
Sergio Silva.
Sergio Silva. And before that, you were with Nick Diaz.
Originally.
First. Nick Diaz. First
Jiu-Jitsu lesson ever.
Nick Diaz.
And he showed up in sweats. When they were not cool. Recently we had Armand Fati came into the 10th planet system. He was always at 10th planet seminars. He would travel all over the world to get the 10th planet camps. He loves traveling to camps. And always, Armand, there he is. A geek guy, but loves 10th planet, And the people at his, the guys that promoted him in his school, great guys from Chicago. And he ends up coming in as a brown belt, so he's a brown belt on 10th planet, all right? But right after he joins 10th planet, right after he moves, he gets his black belt in the gi. So does he become a 10th planet black belt? No. You gotta, you'll get it when I feel you're ready. You know what I mean? It just puts more value on the 10th planet belt. Like, you just can't just say you're a 10th planet black belt. Some 10th planet black belt had to have given it to you. You know what I mean? It gets kind of, it's weird because from the gi side, there is no gi black belt. It's all black belt, From the gi side, they don't go, I'm a gi black belt. You know what I mean? You're just a black belt. Whether you're gi, no gi, you're just a black belt. But from the 10th planet perspective, we do so much different stuff, and it's not the same thing. It's different than the gi. 10th planet is, there's so much there's so many techniques that we don't teach. So many gi techniques. We don't ever teach collar techniques and sleep techniques. We never do that. So they teach a lot of stuff that we don't teach.
and we teach a lot of stuff they don't teach. It's backwards, so it's different. Very similar, came from the same stuff. We still, I don't, like again, 10th Planet was just operation. Let's fix the bottom game in MMA. That's it. That's all I was doing. A little operation. I'm not trying to stomp out the gi. I'm not trying to kill IBJJ. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just trying to add little special units. We're trying to make the bottom game no gi with strikes as effective as possible. That's it. I find that interesting. That's what we're doing. Tim has been a 10th Planet brown belt now for what, 6 years? It's time for his black belt. But he was back there yipping and yapping, and I'm like, I'm trying to pull out the black belt, and he's like, dude, this was such a great seminar. You did such a great job. I'm like, oh my God. He goes, dude, what the shit you were teaching was on point. I'm like, fuck, dude, the sleeve.
I noticed he was turning his back to me too. He's like, yeah, okay.
Oh shit, I almost tripped. I almost face planted with this in my hand. Damn, flip off. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Freeman. It's a medium. Oh shit. That's gonna be really tight.
Listen,
We'll
don't
see,
judge.
we'll see.
I'm working on my Tyson Fury body.
Oh no, it's whew. Oh yeah! Woo! I haven't tied a belt in 7 years. It's been a while.
No, dude, you did it wrong. You gotta start in the front. You gotta start in the front. You gotta go that way. There it is. Damn, just can tell you don't tie them tight.
This one.
Oh, I still want belt guy. Yeah, I came to Eddie as a black belt, and I didn't exactly know what the heck I was going to do, and he took me in just because I was getting in the no-gi world like a vagabond out there, man, and all the 10th Planet family was super, super, super great to me. I always had good relationships with all the 10th Planet guys. Coach Casey Halstead from 10P Las Vegas, who was always a friend to me, like on the business side of things. He was a mentor, and I remember I knew Eddie. I was like, damn, is Eddie Bravo? Like, what the hell? He kind of tripped me out a little bit. I was always intrigued by him because when I started training in the gi, everything about Eddie was like crazy stuff. It was like Eddie Bravo, and I would go on these jiu-jitsu forums, and this one, you would type Eddie Bravo, and it would change the last name of Bravo. It would turn it to Eddie Zero, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I emailed the administrator. I'm like, there's a bug on your message board. He's like, no, we're doing this on purpose. We don't want his name on there. And I'm like, what? And I got in this big debate. I didn't even know Eddie or 10th Planet. I'm like,
I don't remember any of that. What is it? Eddie Zero?
Eddie Zero, that's what they changed it to. They're like, he's making up moves. And so they kicked me off of the board.
That's talking shit.
Yeah, they're talking shit on me. They wouldn't let anyone write the name Eddie Bravo. They would change it. And I'm like, who's this guy? I gotta find out who Eddie Bravo is. I was always intrigued with him. And then when I started messing around with the podcast, I was just a Stockton kid. Like, I didn't know nobody. Stockton people are just like, they're just, you guys know how Stockton people are. And I don't know, I came into contact with Eddie, I think at a tournament originally that Rose Gracie was doing, I think.
Yeah, you were at all those. San Jose.
All of them.
Yeah.
Bringing all my podcast shit down there, and like talking to
Gracie
people.
Worlds.
Gracie Worlds. And then I remember, I'll come and tell a story real quick. I won't take up that much time, but Eddie called me one time And at first I was like, oh shit, Eddie's calling me. What? And I asked the phone, he's like, what do you think about, I think it was Gary Tonin versus Gordon Ryan, EBI. Was that the one where it's like, did they really have a match or not?
That was Eddie Cummings.
Eddie Cummings, yeah. And I didn't watch the match. And I was like, I thought it was a good display of this and that. And he goes, really? You liked it? And I was like, what did you think, Eddie? But Eddie was always a friend to me, and when I had the opportunity to do this, I said, hey, I don't want to do this unless you think this is a good idea. Like, I just don't want to do it. I can open a gym and I already had the gym that I'd sold, and I'm like, I don't have to, but I would really like to do this. And he's like, fuck yeah. And we did it, and it's been like the 10th Planet community in Northern California. They're all dope. Mike Hillibrand, Canders, Big Red, Gino, Albert up in Sacramento, Alan Sanchez now. They're just like, they just took me in, and then it's like a pandemic happened. And I just quit my job. I had this good ass job, and I quit it, and I'm like, I'm living the BJJ lifestyle, and it was good for like a year, and then it was like, boom, close your gyms now. And out here, you guys were just like shooting guns. In California, we were like blacking the windows out and don't tell anybody and sneaking in the train. Like for real. Everyone in our whole complex was doing it. The church was doing it. We were doing it, and the nail salon was doing it. We would just be like, on one side. And we started talking about moving. And that was like an insane talk. And one is like, I told my wife, you want to move to Nashville? We're going to move to Nashville. Let's just move to Nashville. And it was more like, I'm going to call your bluff anywhere. And she's like, okay, good. All right, let's go. Then I'm like, oh shit, she really wants to move.
Who wanted it more?
I did.
You did? Wow.
Yeah, she did. In the beginning. So, we came out here, we checked it out, and it's like, okay. We came out here the day the AT&T building got bombed. That was our first day out here, raining, no fucking cell phone. I'm like, what the? Like, what? We're gonna move out here? And I went back, I'm like, well, I kind of told my wife, like, we could go, but I only want to do it if we could open to the planet out there. And Eddie's like, yeah, we can do it. So then I had to talk to Eddie. I'm like, hey, yeah, I know you just let me do this other thing, and now I'm asking you, can I do this other thing over here?
Well, I couldn't turn, I mean, you know, we're right in the middle of the scandemic, and, you know, he wants to take his family to a safer state. Like, of course. No, you gotta stay in Stockton. 209. 209.
And so, and I'm like, hey, this is how I can keep the Stockton gym going. Can we plant a flag in Nashville? And he was like,
hell yeah.
Yes, do it. And we did it. We showed up, and everyone in Nashville, Joe Morelli was like the first, or Joe Spinell. Where's Joe at? Joe right here. He was the first person in Jiu-Jitsu I met because he knows my brother-in-law out here. And he had me over for dinner. He's like, I know this black belt. And I'm like, okay. I thought he was gonna be like a karate guy. I'm like, and then I saw Joe's ears, and I'm like, oh, this guy trains.
The same thing when my wife said it. I'm like, oh, another karate guy.
Another
And she
guy.
said it was Tim Freeman, and I said, no, it's not. So I already knew your podcast, so I'm like, no, it's not. And we got in an argument in the car. It's Tim Freeman.
So I ended up talking to him the whole night, and you know, we opened up here, and everybody in this area has been super great to me. There's a bunch of good black belts in this room. You guys have all been in here to train. It's such a great community, and I really feel privileged to be part of it. And I feel privileged to be able to represent 10th Planet out here. I got a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. In the gi, I trained for a long ass time in the gi, and I never expected to do this. This was not in my plans at all. It's just life took me in one direction, and I got into a mode where I'm like, I'm saying yes to everything. I'm just saying yes. When it opens the door, yes, let's go, let's do it, let's go. So here we are today. This is because of you guys, so thank you so much. Thank you, Eddie Bravo. This was we're gonna have a big ass open mat tomorrow at 10. I want to see all you guys here if you can make it, please. All right? Okay, let's take a picture. This is Jamie. Whatever he says, you all got to do it. All right?
Black and brown belts in the front. Okay? Black and brown, seated front row. Seated front row. Black and brown.
You never told me about that argument.
You gotta have to get at least a kneeling row and a seated row and a standing. We got a lot of people to get in there, okay? Can we do that? We need a kneeling row. Okay,
I'll buff it. I'll buff it. We gotta get our brothers. Let's do it.
Okay. Everybody feel ready? I'm gonna make sure that I got this right. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You get one on the phone. Oops. Sorry. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Thank you.
All the stuff I went over today, it's our mastering system. I got 220 episodes or something like that. $6 a month, you get access to everything. I mean, it's all right there for you. 220 episodes. Also, thank you for coming out. I will be back again for sure.
That was a curveball. That was a little curveball. Did he know? Did you?
So that was what.
Oh God, there's so many shoes. So many.
I was like, got it.
Oh, you're good. How you doing?
Yeah, y'all are putting it on me.
Do what? I met you during the pandemic, marathon was like 3 years ago. So I remember you was like, you know, his class, right?
Did you get video of the time?
Yeah. Not too bad. I've been in Arizona. I just moved to, I'm going to say it's about the election to CrossFit. So that's my coach now. So, yeah. I mean, I thought I was in the middle of nowhere. I would never find Team Planet, and I looked up CrossFit and I was like, no way. The closest town is in the middle of nowhere.
Let's take it for a picture. I didn't realize it was like a line. I was ready to like jump the ball.
It's good to see you though. I'm gonna try to come in tomorrow. I don't think I'm doing
Yeah, they told me like October I was going to be but I've been talking to some people. I'm hoping I get one. So I can drive it. They're base. That's like Seattle. And they got the Jiu-Jitsu around. So I'm hoping for that or Fort Cross. I was in Austin like a couple months ago. It was crazy. This one, I was in Houston there. That was the most fun I've had. Yes. They were playing some black girl music during the start. Worth it. Yeah. I went like,
He's by here without knocking anything over.
And then what was crazy was that night, look who I ran into. That wasn't it. They mentioned it on the podcast. Yeah, they mentioned it. Yes. If I come across that clip, they were talking about me. Yes. So he was talking about he ran into a couple at an In-N-Out, right? And guess who it was? Gordon Ryan. And this Tyler was the one that took my picture. Yeah. And then the next day I was with 10 Planet. Yeah, I was touring. Yeah. And then, yeah, I rolled with him for like, yeah, and then I went to San Antonio afterwards. I did a full round with him. It's kind of like going down a hill, and then it was like he was in control like the entire time. We were going down the hill, and then the last minute he got me in a twist. I swear, he's so nice. He's like the nicest guy. And it's weird because like he can process like everything, really, and he can just do it like that. Like he was teaching me A-Block, and the guy taught it to him not too hard.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. We had a fun day.
Every time I see the back of it, I see
Oh, yeah.
I like your shirt. Yeah, I don't tell us. I forgot. We just stopped somewhere and I got some time to go. Need some caffeine.
What do you want?
What? If you want something, yeah.
I'm gonna go watch my
Pack up light oils and chill out.
All right, hey, I'll see you. He's got to get back quick.
No, I just told him.
Yeah, sure.
I do. It's unfortunate for them, right?
Let you in on that before,
Congratulations again. Thank you again for having us.
Thank you so much for coming. Pops, this guy was my rap. I know it's huge card. What can you buy it on? I gotta run it. Hold on. Okay.
I'll grab them.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
You know?
Taking all the pictures. Where do you
You guys ready to split up? We're trying to get around in. Nah.
And I just happened to do that.
Oh man.
So everybody,
You know,
I mean, so you have how many people get that?
Oh yeah, in the beginning.
yeah, that's right here.
We're gonna kill him.
Fuck out of here.
But
That's a good community.
Good to meet you. What's your name?
there's good guys and scumbags too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't miss it.
Actually, I think there's more scumbags than that. I've been around, all these circles, Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, boxing. There are some. I got some great friends, but there's more scumbags. I'm lucky where I train in Stockton. A bunch of Mexican kids and Mexican families.
Well, the Mexican gyms.
Yeah.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
No backstabbing.
Yeah.
Somebody said they were going to work with you. They were
I'm gonna work with you. I know.
You're like, okay, yeah, hey, you got to go to the gym these days, meet me on these days, and I'll tell you when I went to certain places to show up, and like, you told me to show up at this time. I changed everything, because you're supposed to train. That was cool.
Told you it's a party.
I used to go down to teach.
Are you gonna be here tomorrow? Oh wow.
I don't know. They not back here?
Hey, dude, good to see you as always.
Yeah, you too, man.
Thank you for coming, guys.
Eddie, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hope to
See you soon. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I might have to go back. Thank you, man.